What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. This has been a hot button topic, but we're here to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, whenever I put open panel, it means I'm going to drop a link at some point and anybody can come up and give their opinion. I told you guys I would do it. There was a lot of heat that came after that video, but I'm here to talk about it. So like the video as the intro plays. We got a lot to get into.
I was listening to Make It Make Sense. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. Thank you.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Person I follow, what is it called? Make It Make Sense. There's a little guy, Make It Make Sense.
Are you being nice tonight?
Make sense. You knew what was up. Feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Bell Noche, what the hell could you got?
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
I don't know who you are.
Use your common sense. Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me. I'm gonna keep.
Everybody thinks I owe him something. Show me the receipt. You get paid in 24 hours.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna start with this little bit on Mariah because I told you guys I would bring it to you because I thought it was funny the way she went in on Phaedra. We have some members. I see you guys in the back already. One of the perks of being a member is I will drop the link early so that members can come up because the backstage gets full very, very quickly. So that's one of the perks of being a member. So I do see you guys. As soon as I'm ready, I will start pulling you guys up. So just hold tight for a minute because I'm not going to be long with this. It was quick, but it was funny.
Joining the cast of Married to Medicine is, girl, get you an easy coin because that's what it seems like it is. I don't understand the connection or parallel unless she's represent one of the ladies in in the malpractice situation.
Basically, she's saying Phaedra.
For why you even here? You ain't even married to medicine, my love.
Yo, man, I'm still gonna be here, dog.
You better go find you a chiropractor.
Now, I'm completely with Mariah. We saw in this last episode, basically, Phaedra, we never really technically got to meet or find out who her man was. And then she just said, oh, we broke up. There was no real man there, y'all. And the fact that she gets away with this is par for the course with Phaedra. Phaedra is phoning it in. She doesn't have to do anything this season.
I don't understand the connection. She's not married to medicine. Married to a vomit. Oh, wait a minute. I don't understand. I believe that Phaedra is good for TV. I believe that she's shown that. And I think she deserves something in Law and Liars, or, I like to see her.
Law and Liars, but she didn't lie.
I'm having an affair. I can say that. You have made it into something that you did not fact check. She 2 seconds from getting her ass beat.
On Housewives of Atlanta in the parking lot doing her law with the criminals in the car. So parking lot lawyers, I don't know. But I think that, she's great for TV, but I'm not sure that, I don't know. I can't believe, I just don't understand the connection there. But you know what? She came through. She came through, and she is known as the head doctor. She said.
Oh, Lord,
My thoughts on Phaedra joining the cast of Married to Medicine is, girl, get you an easy coin because that's what it seems like it is.
Y'all, this is literally, this is what I feel like Phaedra's interview for Married to Medicine was.
Get some money, spend some money, smell some money, see some money, goddamn money. But anyways.
I feel like that was her interview. Mariah was spot on. Okay. We got like 500 in the chat. Definitely hit that like button. Yes, guys, we hit 100,000 subscribers. When I woke up this morning, I saw it. So many of you guys reached out on my Instagram. Make It Make Sense Now. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I feel like overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just I just all day long, you know, when my like friends and family reached out, that was the word, like in utter shock. I knew it was coming, but just to see it, I just thank you guys. That's all I can say. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Whew, but let's get into this because some of y'all was eating me up about the Mariah, Heavenly, Buffy. I'm fine. You know, I like when you guys have a different opinion than me. Honestly, I really, really do like when you guys have a different opinion than what I have. So I'm definitely cool with that. Whether you agree with me or not, I actually prefer it. So I still feel like when I told you guys how I felt, I think some of the people I felt like you wanted me to say, I hate Dr. Jackie, I hate Dr. Heavenly. It was not enough that I agreed with Buffy. I can agree with somebody and not like them on the show. And I can also separate your character on the show from who you are as a person. I literally, y'all, I was watching this and I was like, as much as I like Dr. Jackie, I did not like that she put Buffy's business out there. As much as I like Dr. Jackie, I really do not like what she said in that interview or when she was talking to Heavenly. I said that, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not here to change anybody's mind. That's why I dropped the link. So, what's up, Rodney? Not Rodney's a member. Not cousin Rodney being a member. Y'all, we got a celebrity in the house. Thank you for joining the membership, buddy. Rodney has some opinions on this. Let me know if you want to just he's a member. He can grab the link if he wants to. It's in the it's under the community tab. So we got a couple people. Rachel, you are up, and Ms. Parker, you're up. Hey, y'all. You have to unmute yourself.
Hey, Mims.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
100,000. So exciting.
It is.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. So just real quick. I like Buffy.
Okay.
I feel like though, because she was hurt and she's bitter because of how she was treated on the show, that the live that she did the other day, it came off sounding like she was the professionalism and who she is, and because of what she said was truth, but because of the tone and the way she said it, it took away from what she was really saying. So I feel like because she's bitter and because she's hurt, it took away from the authenticity of what she actually was trying to say. Because the words that she used and what she said was truth. Quad,
I mean, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
Yeah. I think if she would have just removed the bitterness, then we could I personally could have received better on what she was saying, because what Dr. Jackie did was totally wrong. And Dr. Jackie does say a lot of things on the show that she probably shouldn't say as a doctor.
Oh, like what?
Just saying. So like when she talked about her uterus, when she talks about the STDs, if you're speaking in general terms, I get that and I understand that as well, but I think it's a time and place for those types of conversations as well. And she speaks a lot about the different patients that come into her clinic without saying who they are. She just talks about their diagnosis and their situations and circumstances. And I don't think she should do that as a doctor.
You feel like that breaks HIPAA?
It doesn't necessarily break HIPAA because she's not saying who the people are. She's not using their names. So that's what kind of saves her from breaking HIPAA. I work at UT Southwestern here in Dallas, the oncology. I'm a medical assistant, so I know what HIPAA is. And because she's not verbalizing who they actually are, she's not physically breaking HIPAA, but she's skirting the limits of that.
Okay.
And I think she should know better. Quad, you know what? Quad came on the show as the underdog. I do feel like she is the breakout star. I do feel like she used the platform to her benefit because she literally got on there with nothing. And thank Mariah for bringing her on board, right? She used that Bravo show to put her in a position of means. Her head got too big. You know what I'm saying? Know where you come from. She forgot where she came from. Her head got so big to where she couldn't go back to where she was. And she showed her ass to a lot of them. And that's why she is where she is right now. I don't blame them. I would have kicked her off the show too. I would have waited till they got back to Atlanta to do it. But I would have escorted her right on out of there as well. Just my opinion. But congratulations, Mims.
Thank you very, very much. I don't disagree with you with Quad. When I watched the episode and people were saying how bad they felt for her that she got kicked off, I just can't feel bad for her because the first thing I think about is Mariah.
Yeah.
I think that everybody should have advocated for her to stay, whether you like her or not, is the thing. And so Quad, for her to, finally come out and apologize to Toya, it felt like too little too late. Eugene wasn't scaling nobody's wall to go steal nothing. That was very true. Eugene.
Right. we all know that.
So I don't know. I didn't like that. But I will say this. This cast throws out a lot of stuff. They're all guilty of it. I can't completely fault Quad for what she said about Mariah and the stuff that Jocelyn Hernandez partakes in, because Mariah had just said that she slept with her brother-in-law. Right. So, I mean, they throw stuff out there on this particular cast a lot. They do. But at some point, you have to eat some humble pie. And I don't think Quad likes the taste of that, because she kept saying, you don't apologize because you expect an apology to come to you. If you were truly sorry, it would just come out. They were walking her to that. So, and Team Quad definitely come up. When I dropped that link, actually, let me go ahead and drop the link.
But, Mims, what about the fact that she doubled down at the reunion to say that she said what she said about the break-in? So how do you come back later and apologize and say that I was joking and it was meant as a joke when you doubled down on what you said?
Oh, she definitely meant it.
Right?
She definitely. Okay, so I think I was actually talking to Rodney about this, because I have a theory on Quad, and then Ms. Parker, we're going to get to you, because I see you back here twice. I don't know what's going on, but I see you. So let me take this Ms. Parker off, and I'm going to have the other Ms. Parker come up. Okay, so this is my theory on why Toya really doesn't like Quad, and y'all can tell me in the replay gang in the comments how you feel. Toya, good, the bad, the ugly, the tacky, whatever. Tacky Toya definitely is a very upfront and honest person, whether it's about how she actually feels about Eugene, whether she's upfront about being a lazy lady of leisure and just being a very good mom. I like Toya for reality television because what you see is what you're going to get with Toya. People like Toya don't like people like Quad because they feel as though they're having to put in the work, and people like Quad not only skate by, but then they chime in on what you're doing, i.e. coming to that woman's house, trying to give her some ramen noodles and some wieners and telling her she needs to be on a budget.
Yeah. That was epic though.
If I were Toya, I would have been offended, but Toya took it like a champ. That's why Toya does not like Quad, because Quad has been allowed to skate on through, but chiming in on what everybody else said. Even when, Bravo, they really wanted us to feel super bad for Quad. So when she was sitting on that bed in her Versace robe and ordering her stuff and, performing for the camera, they gave us some flashbacks. And the most pertinent flashback was when they were out looking for Simone's father. But that was on camera, guys.
Right.
That wasn't a moment off camera where I am really saying I'm taking some time.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Miss Parker. Where you're taking house, trying to give her some ramen noodles. You got us playing in the background, Miss Parker. So make sure to turn this off. So in the rest of the stuff that she said, it was just kind of like chiming in. I don't dislike Quad. I don't want them to kick her off the show, but I just don't feel as bad for her as everybody else does.
I don't either, Mims. I agree. And I'll say this one last thing. I wish that when this season came on and Quad came and she presented herself after she did all of her negotiations or whatever she was doing, I wish she would have came on and talked about her personal trials and tribulations, because as we all know, she's been through a lot this past year. I wish she would have had at least brought some of that to the show, some of who she is and what she went through. And I think things would have been a different turn, and maybe we could have had humanized her a little more. But because she kind of refuses to show her life.
I mean, she definitely does. And I definitely agree. She is using the show now that she doesn't really have too many other things going. But thank you so much, Rachel, for coming up. Like I said, one of the new membership perks is I am gonna start dropping the link whenever I do open panels early for members. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Love you, Mims.
Have a good one. Happy holidays, Miss Parker. Miss Parker.
Mims, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna have to leave out and go back in and keep cutting off and cutting on.
We hear you just fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. What's your thoughts? You could talk, Dr.
Can
Jackson.
you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna
out.
go out and come back in.
I'll bring you back up.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Here we go. Blessing Hot Topics.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. And yourself?
Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. Thank you for asking. I agree with you. And the lady before, I do believe that they should have made Quad more humanized. I don't think none of them take accountability for the things that they do, besides Heavenly, in my opinion, besides her and Dr. not Dr. Jackie, but her friend. Simone too. But they need to take more responsibility, and I don't know what that is to our people of color, because I think that the more we take responsibility for our actions, because people say, well, I'm just keeping it real. Well, I'm just telling you how I feel. I said what I said. A lot of that is trigger. A lot of that is, well, you don't know what I've been through. You don't, a lot of that is, you got to be cautious of how you talk to people nowadays, because a lot of people are sensitive, and they're sensitive to the information that's given out to them. I don't want Quad off the show because I don't like taking money out of people's mouths, but she has to do what she has to do. And I just feel as though they need to do some rearrangements, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some rearrangements to make it a little bit more fair to the ladies and to their spouses as well. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you. What do you think about the Dr. Jackie Buffie situation?
Hey,
hold on. Before you answer that, Blessing Hot Topics, before you're answering that, anybody is welcome to come up, especially if you do not agree with me. There was a lot of you guys who were very angry at, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before when we talked about it, and you had a lot to say. Come up. We want to hear from you, especially the people who don't agree with me. Please continue, Blessing Hot Topics.
Okay. So the way I look at it, toodles to Buffy. I'm going to tell you, my oldest son is 27 years old. Okay. When I was in labor with him, I'm one of those that was at the doctor's office a lot. When I went into labor, I was in labor for 18 hours and I didn't dilate. I only dilated to like 3 or 4 centimeters. And I start seeing red. And I'm telling you, I think now that I'm looking, I heard what Dr. Jackie said. I'm glad my doctor was not like her, because when I told him that I see red, I literally looked up to him and I said, either he goes or I go, or we're both going.
The baby?
I said, because we were going, like we were We were unaliving.
You were gonna like you were passing out, or maybe
Yeah,
like your blood
I
pressure was
saw
super high.
red. My blood pressure was so high at the time of birth that I told my doctor, I said, either one of us got to go or we're both going, because it was just, all I saw was red, and I was so in pain all through my whole entire body. And even through my pregnancy, I was swollen. I had hypertension. So I tried to monitor that. And as much as I went back to the doctor, and it was a lot. And I understand what Dr. Jackie is saying, but at the end of the day, you have to still listen to your patients. You have to listen with a clear mind and a clear heart, because your assumptions on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, maybe even 12 patients, because I'm sure she has a lot, that doesn't resonate with a person that really has a problem, you know? And yes, go ahead.
You know what I was thinking about after it was over? Because again, I like Dr. Jackie, but I'm a straight shooter. What it reminded me of, guys, is a teacher friend of mine who he doesn't like students anymore.
And that's understandable.
He really does not like students anymore. But to your point, Blessing, you can't paint every student with the same paintbrush. And so, as somebody who's been in the, in the teaching field for many, many years, you want teachers who want to be around kids. And he does not want to be around kids. I'm not saying that's Dr. Jackie completely. I'm just saying some of the sentiments in the statement were like, maybe you've seen some patients who are trying to whatever. But the point is, in that type of conversation where you're talking about your core patient, because Black women are probably her big. I mean, like that's probably
her Mariah. She doesn't cater to. She doesn't deal with us no more unless it's celebrities, unless we're a celebrity or we have the top-notch money. And I hope that's not the case. I hope it's not the case.
I'm a thorough person. I just felt like the comment was like somebody who has been in the field for a very long time, and they threw out a flippant comment. It was way left field, and I felt like her response was a PR response, and she should have come out and talked to the people. And I think she could have turned this around.
Yeah,
because I went to her reviews, and all of the bad reviews. Let me see if I could pull them up really quick. All of the bad reviews were from her practice, not from what she was doing. The practice, they were saying that, wait times, you have to go and you wait 30 minutes or you wait an hour. They weren't saying that they did not have good service. And bad reviews like that, you can turn it around by talking to your staff and fixing it. With Dr. Jackie, as much as I like her, I do have to say that she's probably a person who is very accustomed to being right. So when she got checked with the Buffy stuff, even I felt like her apology to Buffy was not sufficient. That's just my opinion, guys. It wasn't sufficient. And I like Dr. Jackie. She's been one of my faves.
Sometimes, Mims and the other creator or the other person that's on the line, I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see little writing. So I do apologize. But sometimes it's okay just to say, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's okay to say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it in that context. I didn't mean, what I'm saying is, she could apologize to the people that's part of her. And we're part of her community, the African-American community. She's an African-American doctor who OBGYN, who we all were rooting for. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, Dr. Jackie is always on point. She's elegant. She's classy. She has tact. She's this, she's that. But when you bring that, like I said, I'm glad my doctor did not have the same mentality, because when I told him what was going on with me at that moment, he immediately had me in an emergency cesarean. So my point to her is that I agree with you. Not everybody is crying wolf. And sometimes, Dr. Jackie, if you're listening, sometimes it's more comfortable for a pregnant woman to be at home without stress for work. Sometimes it's just best. It gives the baby a healthy, it keeps them healthy. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. But I agree, Mims. I agree 100% with you. I still like Dr. Jackie. I think she's dope. I'm proud of her as an African American woman. But you have to continue to root for us and not give up on us, Dr. Jackie. If you hear this, don't give up on us because you're part of our community, if you like it or not.
Not if you like it or not.
No,
You threw out a little shade.
No. I agree. She been hanging out with what's her name, Kamala. You know, Kamala.
Part of our
She's not
community.
one of us, honey. I don't
If
know
you
how as
like
much as they
it
want
or
to say
not.
it.
And it's the truth, because we are striving to do better, and they're not going to give us our 40 acres and a land. You know, we have to get out there and get it ourselves. So when we see people that's moving above us, I mean, not above us, but just moving upper, and they continue to grow and they're in a position, we don't want them to down us, because it seems like every time somebody gets in power, they look down on the people that help build them up. But Dr. Jackie, we are the same people that will keep you above water. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's fair. Brandon, thank you so much for your super chat. He says,
Guys,
have a good night and have a
you
happy
too,
holiday.
and thank you for letting me. Merry Christmas to you all. Take care.
No,
God
that's
bless.
what these open panels are
I
for.
come back up because you're one of my favorites. I watch you. I'm a member, and I can't resist just being. I watch you when I'm at work. Like when you come on, I immediately log in.
Do you think I would get a reward if I turned you in?
Turn me into what? The FBI?
We're watching YouTube while you're at work.
Oh, no. I do a lot of work from home too.
I'm playing with you.
Even if I am in an office, I have.
I'm absolutely. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
YouTube got me through 2020 because I was the only one in the office. So I would work, and that was the only interaction I had with people. So thank you so much for coming up.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Ms. Parker,
you guys have a good one.
You too. Ms. Parker, I got to read a couple of these super chats, and then you got the floor, and then I'm going to pull everybody up. Brandon Martin says, Dr. Jackie said that she would tell a patient's wife that his sperm count is low. That's a HIPAA violation to the husband's. Oh, y'all are really going in on Jackie. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Brandon. Brittany says, Toya is the easiest to make up with. She's always forgiving. That's why I feel like if Quad apologized, then Toya would have too. Toya is what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Now, is she really probably more of a secret lesbian? Yeah.
You're a lesbian relationship, bitch.
But she's an upfront person. She tells us that's what she likes. So I'm here for Toya because you need people. Toya is like a more polished version of Sweet Tea. Toya is just gonna put it out there. That's why she makes for good television. And she's a little delusional, which I like too. That makes for a good housewife. Thank you, Brittany. Miss Cookie Ray says, congrats again on reaching 100K. Thank you so much, Miss Cookie Ray. They could have excommunicated Quad in Atlanta. I would have been pissed if I flew across the country for that BS. But I feel like Quad has been over the show, but she still wants the money. Definitely, Miss Cookie Ray. That's a big house. And guys, when you start talking 8,000 square feet, you got to also factor in your homestead taxes. You have to factor in air, electricity for all that square footage. She has multiple vehicles that are all over $100,000 that have to get serviced. Her mom lives there. Her family probably relies on her. So yeah, she needs the money. She needs the money. But how do I feel about her on the show?
I feel about her? I'm numb.
She needs to bring more if she wants to stay. And then only Danielle, happy holidays. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a member for 12 months. Danielle has the tea because I don't want to mention how I know Danielle has all the tea, but she does. The floor is yours. And then anybody else, I will be bringing up all at once.
Hi, ma'ams.
Hey.
Okay, listen. I like Dr. Jackie, but Dr. Jackie has said some stuff over the years, and she don't ever apologize. And if she give you an apology, it's like, well, I apologize if you feel the way she apologized to Buffy, and then was keep getting mad at Buffy because Buffy really wasn't receiving that apology because she knew it was bullcrap. Just like I knew, you knew, we all knew that apology was bullcrap. They never hold her accountable. But when, who was it, Mariah that year had said, Jackie, you don't know what it is to be a mother. When Toya was talking about her Mariah husband wasn't the little girl's father. They haven't told her yet. You remember that?
Oh, I'm gonna let you finish because we are going different ends of this spectrum. So I'm wanting to hear what you have to say.
So when Mariah told her that, she was hurt. I was hurting for her. I was hurt. But I didn't think that Mariah said it with like, you can't have no children. She didn't say that. What she was saying was, you're not a mother, so you don't understand what I'm going through and what I mean by this. So I think Dr.
She's a mom.
Huh?
She's a stepmom. She just didn't have a child.
Right. She didn't have her child.
Right.
But I was still hurting for her. She was hurt. And I'm telling you, a part of me thinks that she kind of held that grudge with Mariah ever since then.
Yes, definitely.
She didn't like her ever since then. And they was hell-bent on getting her off that damn show because of that.
Okay. Can we dissect this?
Go ahead.
Okay. If you are extremely mad that I told the world that your daughter, who looks like a really beautiful all-black child, is not the byproduct of you and your Indian or South Asian husband, which if we could see, but if that was the case and Mariah was upset, I would wholeheartedly side with her in that. But you can't be that upset that Toya took it to your beauty parlor and you told the world.
Did she tell the world?
Yes, she made it part of her storyline.
Before Toya told the world, before Toya told the beauty people.
So if Toya told 10 people at the beauty shop and you told all 3, 10, 15, however many people watch Married to Medicine, because that fight popped off Married to Medicine. When Toya got with her with that pool and Lucy was hitting her with that purse. I mean, I liked the show the whole time. I was in from episode 1.
Me too.
But you have to, I mean, for me personally, when I heard her say it, I'm like, you're mad about her telling the beauty shop, but you just told everybody in your confessional?
Right.
So
that I will agree with, but what I was saying was she probably was just mad she told her business, period. So she probably was like, and since she didn't told somebody, I'm just going to use it as my storyline because I really ain't got nothing else right now. And it did make it pop.
But I mean, I'm not a mom, right? So if somebody did that in your beauty shop and you were upset, I get it. But once you told the world on your show and you made it a storyline, that's way more. If that hurt your daughter, for the people at the beauty shop to know, what do you think that did for the world?
I'm going to hope and guess that after she heard about it at the beauty shop, she might have went home and set her child down and talked before she sat down and did that confessional.
Maybe. I mean,
that could have happened like that too. She probably, they probably rushed to go ahead and set her down because words fly fast.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you can stay up. I'm just bringing everybody up. Lisa, you're up.
Hi, darling. Hi, my boo.
Hey, Lisa.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Okay,
Christmas.
but have a boo for Christmas. And
Merry Christmas.
congratulations, boo. I need you to DM me your stuff so I can see you something.
Who, me?
No, I'm talking about meals.
Oh, I was going to say me? And I'm getting a birthday gift? What?
Now, Lisa, what are you trying to send me? Because last time what you tried to send me was inappropriate, and I had to go to church the next day.
Oh man, I'm gonna beat you up, man. I'm gonna get you, man.
What?
Uh, yeah, but I be trying to DM you on Instagram.
Yes, guys, my DMs have been inundated. So I apologize. I haven't been able to respond as quickly as I used to. My apologies. It's a lot of DMs now that I'm getting and emails. So I don't have a team. It is still just me. So where are you at with the do you agree with Buffy or you agree with Dr. Jackie?
I'm gonna tell you something. I like Buffy and I love Miss Jackie, but Miss Jackie is nasty, nasty.
Yeah.
She don't like to be told when she wrong. She do not. You know, even Cecil, Simone husband said it. He said in confessional. He said in confessional. No, she don't like to be told when she is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely see that, and I could definitely and like I said, I like Dr. Jackie. You know what I'm saying? I think she's beautiful. I'm glad she's up there, and she talk about black women and what the health of black women is in medicine. Because we don't get too much. We don't get that all the time. Like mortality rate of black babies are dying. I like that she was talking about that. I think that was good that she put that part on her platform and everything. But now she the kind of person she don't like to be told that she wrong. And that's how she is. And she's very what you say, uh unforgiving. Cause don't you remember when uh Mariah had took that drug test and they put her hair out
Yep.
through the whoops.
Yep.
And Dr. Eugene said, "Yeah, this test is for real." And Dr. Jackie didn't even not want to look at the test. She
Dr.
didn't want to. She didn't want to look at it. She
Dr.
didn't want to see
Eugene needs
about
to
it.
be worried about his own wife trying to throw biscuits at him and calling him big. That's what he needs to be worried about.
Who? Wait a minute. What is that?
Ooh. I know. I'm just saying that time, though. Don't you remember when Mariah had?
Lisa, I'm playing with you. I do
Who?
remember.
Wait a
And
minute.
yes, Dr. Jackie could have read that, but she don't like Mariah, so she went
That's what
about
I'm
the
talking
reading.
about. She don't like Mariah, and she don't like Mariah. And I'm gonna tell y'all something about Miss Quad. Baby,
Okay.
Miss Quad always thought she was gonna be the star of the show. She wanted to be the star of the show. Baby, Miss Quad ain't about nothing, okay? Go sit your tail down. You told them girls in front of their face on live TV, talking about y'all ain't nothing. I didn't see sister love until I got on sister circle. Baby, they cancel you sister circle. You had to run your ass back to Nelson, baby. And she gonna run her ass back to
Well,
Nelson again,
Lisa,
because ain't nobody
Lisa,
with a studying about it out there. I'm
Lisa,
telling you what I know. So I'm gonna say,
Lisa,
so
hold
you
on,
can't be.
Lisa. Well, according to Lisa Nicole, Quad had already found her sisterly love with Mariah.
Your lesbian relationship, bitch. What about your lesbian relationship?
That's what.
Did Mariah. You see the way she did. You see the way she did Mariah. Mariah was paying a rent, car notice, all that. When the bitch didn't have nothing, I'm sorry. You don't want me to cuss. I'ma say it like it is. When the bitch didn't have nothing, I was paying your bills. I was paying your rent. I was making sure you was okay.
She did.
And then I introduced you to your husband. I introduced you to your husband.
Got you a doctor.
So did, and then you didn't know how to act with him. You thought you was like above everything else coming in. And then like you lied on Lisa Nicole's husband, and you got that guy after talking about all the people on that show. Don't y'all remember that season where that guy came up and said, "Well, I've been sleeping with Lisa Nicole's husband. I believe Quad put that guy up there to do that because he didn't go to nobody else but Quad." And I mean, no, baby. Then you play like you had a cut. You remember she had that big bandage on the side of her face?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then no cut in the first got cut. Baby, that's what I'm talking about. She's a fraud. She's a fraud. You can look at her. She thinks she's better than everybody else. Baby, you gonna learn. You can't don't be closing your don't be closing your mouth, honey, and think you better than everybody else. That's why they told you, yeah, baby, take your tail on back to Atlanta. Cause you gonna have to run back to Madison again.
Wait a minute, what Mariah say? Take that wig off of her and that lipstick, she look like Mr. Potato Head.
Oh my God.
She said you better find a chiropractor.
Oh, you didn't. No, you didn't,
Okay,
man.
hold on. We got some super chats, y'all. We got some super chats, and let's see. Sorry, Gabor says that girl knew Aiden wasn't her pappy. Congrats. Thank you so much. I mean, we don't know. I don't know if she knew who her dad was. I would think that maybe she would, but you never know. If Aiden raised her, maybe she hadn't told her yet, but that would not have hit the show. Mariah put that on the show. Cyrus
Yeah.
World says, apologize for saying it out loud or apologize for feeling how she feels. She exposed herself. Listen to her and how she looks at people. So Tyra must be talking about Dr. Jackie. Thank you so much for your super chat, Tyra. Constance, thank you so much for the super sticker. Whitney Winehouse, Mariah had to get in front of it. She had no choice. I mean, that's fair, but I will always feel like Mariah knew that she was bringing it to a show. The girls from the beauty salon were not going to go on Married to Medicine and do a confessional about Mariah's daughter not being Aiden's biological son. Now, maybe she would have popped Toya either way with that purse, but
Miss Lucy popped the dead and she popped the good too with that purse.
bless
She sure did.
Dr. Jackie need to rewatch Glory. Never be the educated fool. Y'all are wearing Dr. Jackie out. We got a couple more. Thank you so much. Hold on 1 second. Aceto, confessionals are done after the show. Thank you for the super chat. I think they film confessionals multiple times. Some during the season and some postseason. And then Gabor. So just really quickly, we had up next was it was Jess, and then it's you, Caprin.
Brand Cap.
I'm for me, Meals. Hey, Lagore. Hey, Gore Boo. Love you. Have Merry Christmas, Lagore.
He's not on the panel, but he's in the comment section.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. I can't see the comment section.
Lisa's a day one, so she just be doing what she wants.
Is it me?
Quick look up to see if Mariah, because she was on there with the vice president. They was talking about Medicare. So did you ever look up and see, did Dr. Jackie stop accepting Medicare, accept Medicare for the poor, or only the service in the famous?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did pull up Dr. Jackie's stuff, and strangely enough, when I go to her actual website, it really is just the phone number to the website. Like, I mean, there's like the address and the phone number, and you're supposed to call, but I don't see anything here where you can get information. So then I did a little bit more searching, and I found a website that kind of goes over people's information, but is not actually the website to the provider. And when I went to insurance, let me see, I have it pulled up. When I went to insurance, I saw these. I did not see Medicaid, but this is also not Dr. Jackie's website. This is just a website that goes over doctors and then give you other options for doctors. So I'll look into that a little bit further. But I don't, as of right now, just to be honest with you, I did not see Medicaid. Some people said she.
I've seen some people say that she does accept Medicaid, but I think that when Buffy said it, she was just kind of like just throwing it out there in anger because she was trying to say that that she mostly takes like only celebrity clients in a way.
Is
But
that
I don't know
Jess?
if it's that's me. That's
Okay.
me. But that wasn't the point I was gonna make though. But yeah, that was just like by the way. I think that she does take Medicaid, but I think that because I did see some TikTok videos say that she does take Medicaid, but
I
I
heard
think
that she did it well, and I just can't get to her website to confirm.
Well,
right.
a pregnant woman, and I'm gonna say I got Medicaid.
That's true. Right. See, that's the thing. But I guess I'll be the resident team quad. But the thing about it is, like, I actually am like team, like all the ladies. Like, I like quad mostly, but I do like Heavenly and I like Jackie too. But I think that like when I was doing like the rewatch and everything like that, and I kind of saw how things are playing out, I kind of started to not like Jackie as much anymore. But I wouldn't even say I didn't like her no more. It was more so a thing of I started to like kind of just like be like, okay, I like her for the show and I like her as a voice of reason. But I think that the problem is that she started trying to like play this middle person in season 7. Like, I'm gonna be this person who's also in the mess, even though before she was more so a person who was just like, I'm gonna be the peacemaker that does the what was it called, the lemonade, the thing, what was she
Lemon
doing?
squeeze.
The
The
lemon.
lemon squeeze. Yes, when she was playing the peacemaker and the matriarch, that was cool. But whenever she started to get in the mess, that's when things started getting messy, because I believe that when she was doing that podcast with Heavenly and saying, like, repeating that Mariah had used the things and all that, I believe that it was her trying to like be messy. And
Mariah
I
had
do
used what?
when she said, do you think that Quad should have said Mariah had used, I don't know if she could say the word on YouTube, but
Cocaine.
yeah, exactly. and so it was a thing where I really feel like the reason why she really loves Heavenly is because Heavenly makes her feel young and makes her feel like she's fun and exuberant. And I feel like it's fun, it's cool. But I think that
Heavenly brings a youthful side to Auntie.
Isn't that
So you
crazy?
gonna pull a Shamia and Creonta?
Yes. And so the thing about it is, and I'm sorry if I hear my husband like breathing, sleeping heavily in the background. We in a different time zone. But but basically, like literally, I feel like the problem with Jackie and Heavenly is that y'all need to have these conversations off camera, because y'all are like in a place where I feel like there was having doctor and doctor conversation, like just like gossiping about patients and not realizing that, hey, you're on a live video and you're in public and people can see you. And Jackie has never, like I said earlier, Jackie has never ever taken accountability. She's never really spoken up and said like, okay, I was wrong and all that. Even when she had the fallout with Simone, she was mad. Her and Simone fell out because of the fact that Simone held her accountable, which is weird. And so the thing about it is, people don't realize it. A lot of people don't realize it, but I'm heavy on Twitter. And I know that the reason why all this fallout with Dr. Jackie happened was because of this accountability thing with Quad. This happened because they were talking about, like, they basically, someone said, Dr. Jackie is the true villain of Mary's Medicine. And then it went on to say, the girl who posted that, she went on to post that clip of the video and say, like, how is she the person who is doing this advocating and all that when this is her stance? And they posted the video. And the reason why is because, why are y'all trying to speak on accountability when no one in the cast takes accountability? And yeah, Heavenly apologizes because Heavenly knows she's wrong. Heavenly apologizes, but she's gonna do it again 2 seconds later. She apologized to Quad last week, like, and then she literally dogged her out in like 2 seconds, like the day later on live with what's her name, Carlos King. And so it's a thing where it's like Heavenly will apologize, but she's gonna do it again because that's what she does. She's team daddy and she's team the show. She's team let's get this money. And the thing about it is, like, this, I like Quad because I understand her and she makes the show funny. The thing about it is that a long time ago when she first started the show, she was like the star of this. She was like one of the breakout stars in a sense. She's one of the breakout stars. But the thing about it is that she started becoming like producer's pet. So it's a thing where she did make note of the fact that Toya knew that she was coming to her house with the noodles and with the handcuffs and all that. Toya knew about that because she asked Toya, "Is this cool? This is what they want me to do." And even like down to her meeting with the private investigator and all that, Quad knows what she's doing. These are moments, and these are the things that makes everything so funny because Quad is willing to do what the producers want her to do. And it seems like Phaedra kind of took on that role this time around, which kind of isn't landing too well because it's just not working. But I think that if Quad stepped into a friend of the show role, it would be a lot better because I don't think that she's ever going to be in a place where she wants to share her life with these ladies ever again. And I do think she's more of a low maintenance friend. She's not the person who is going to call them and talk to them and hang out with them all the time because they're all like in different places. And the thing about it is that when it comes to this Quad reckoning, all the ladies are about to get exposed even more because it's more stuff happening on Twitter. Like they're posting old clips of when they all like were denying the fact that Gregory ever hit Quad. They were all like they never had her back. Like basically the nutshell is that no one should be seeking on accountability because they don't take it. So
I'm with you. Heavenly's my favorite, but Heavenly, like if we get to talk to her, I really do feel like Heavenly is smart enough to put everybody else's stuff out. And she's never going to put her own stuff out.
Yep.
It is what it is. And I'm sure she knows it.
And one last thing, Toya. So I saw that Toya, she didn't accept Quad's apology and all that. And I think that the reason why is because Toya knows that she's trying to, a lot of Bravo celebrities are trying to think that they have the power that Candy has. And they're trying to pull a Candy in a sense of like, oh, you have done something so hurtful to me and I can't ever like, ew, not T Jakes. I can't ever
just nasty.
like, right. They said basically they're trying to say like, I can't take it back and like, oh, like what Quad did was so wrong. She accused us of robbery. And the thing about it is that I was like, let me watch that season again because Quad did not accuse them of robbery or nothing like that. She did not accuse them of anything. She literally was like, hey, Toya, you said that there's a hit out on Anila. Tell Anila what you know. And then it's like it wasn't until later on that Toya started feeling like, oh, she's accusing me of robbery. It's like, and I feel like she started trying to hammer it in as a way to say that I'm gonna use this to basically get Quad's job taken away. And it's the same thing that Drew Sidora did last season when she said she can't come into the scene because Anthony was there. And it's like y'all don't realize that y'all are not Candy. Come to work. You're gonna have to coexist with your coworkers.
I would do the same thing. If Anthony was at my job, I would say I'm not coming in. I would pull rank. I'm sorry. And I would be like, you're my friend. And I'm not gonna lie, Quad definitely did set that girl up to come to her house. Quad didn't even know that girl like that. What she did know was that Anila was ready to take her down. The messy friend was spreading rumors that Toya was laying it low and spreading it wide with men around the neighborhood. Now, if the rumor had been laying it low and spreading it wide with women around the neighborhood, I would have been like, maybe there's some credence. But she ain't cheating on her husband with no man. That's just all a thing. Quad knew what she was doing. She set that scene up. So you had Anila, the neighbor, and what's her name was about to embarrass her, and we found out she really didn't make no money on that house. Like that was a setup. I'm sorry, and I like.
Oh, that was a setup.
It was definitely a setup. You like the thing is, Toya is not that girl. You say I'm cheating on my husband, Eugene. Come here, Eugene. They say I'm cheating. Like you can't play that game with her because Toya is so upfront. So, but thank you.
Mean,
no problem.
I feel like she lying about something. She not playing no tennis for about 5 to 6 hours.
She definitely is not.
She don't have the body for it. I'm gonna just be honest. If you was playing tennis for 5 to 6 hours, 7 days a week, 365,
them legs would be strong.
You would be stacked. Okay, you listen. Mims,
seen her.
Mims, don't put your head down, okay? You know it's true. Them legs.
No, she has a dunk. I've seen her in person.
No,
We're
I
not
said
talking
them.
about her butt, but them
We're not talking
quads,
about the
them
butt. We're talking about the
calves,
legs
them
and the arms.
Oh
them
my
shoulders.
That's not true.
Hold on.
Yes.
Let me get to
If
these
she
super
was
chats.
playing
Y'all
tennis
are-
like that.
Brandon Martin, put that TD Jakes tongue back.
No.
I didn't put that TD Jakes pick back up, Mims. Well, I mean, he did pay $2.
Oh,
if
God.
this is your thing, you're welcome. Thanks for the super chat, Brandon. Let's see. Opinionated presents the Glam Print. Okay, that's a cool name. Thank you so much for joining the membership. Sassy Girl has been here since day one. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. And Tyra's World, if Quad stayed, somebody else was going. Yeah, I think Phaedra got all the budget. I think you're absolutely right. Guys, we have people who have been backstage trying to get in. So Lisa and Jess, I hope you don't, and Ms. Parker, I hope you guys don't mind if I pull you down. Okay, I take the quietness as y'all are okay with it. Thank you guys for coming up so much. But Lisa, I'm gonna take you down, Ms. Parker, because there's
Hold on. Hey, Doc. Okay, I'm gonna let you drop me. Okay, but I do want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody have a blessed and safe Christmas. And Mills, I will catch you in your DM because I do want to send you something, baby. Okay?
Okay, Lisa.
Because I love you. You know how much I love you. I love you. I love you so much.
Well, you have a good.
Yeah. So
Make sure
yeah,
that-
I'm letting him drop me, y'all.
Make sure that
Happy
you're
holidays.
clothed.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Make sure that you got your clothes on.
I have my clothes on all the time. Be quiet. And the gourd, I know a gourd.
Okay, and so I think it was Ben Brincap.
Brain cap. Hey, man, this is the first time I'm been on the live, but you met me at DR.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes,
How's
I
it going?
ain't got on my good Whitney wig on. That's why you don't. No, you know I didn't put on my Whitney wig, nor my Mac, or my cover girl. So
that was so crazy. I'm literally across the world, and somebody was like, "I think I know you," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well." And then they said YouTube, and I was like, "It was the first time that I was." Well, no, I mean, I was in a casino one time, and people came up to me, but I had not really experienced that yet. I was like, "Oh," so I'm like, "Well, you want to drink?" Because anytime I meet somebody in person, and I believe you said you don't drink.
Nah, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. Now I drink other stuff, but not liquor. And in 2.5 weeks now, wait a minute. Now 2.5 weeks is my birthday. Now we could give me some liquor that day. That'll work.
Where do you stand on? Who are you? Whose team are you on? Who
I'm Team Buffy all the way, and let me tell you all why. Two reasons. One, to me, every African American woman and every African American man that loves African American women should slap the shit out of Dr. Jackie. I'm gonna tell you why. Black women right now have a 4 to 5 times greater chance of dying during childbirth. Their kids have a 4 to 5 times chance of dying during childbirth as well. That has been proven by many statistics from the CDC on down. Here in Atlanta, where I stay, there are Black women and their kids who are dying in childbirth and somewhat after childbirth every day, more now than they have ever before. So for Dr. Jackie to sit up here and make that claim, and let me also say this, as also someone who's a former manager of people. Okay, what Dr. Jackie said about Black women and all this about they doing notes and everything, other ethnicities does it as well. Trust me, we don't question a white woman when she gets up here and has to go on bed rest and pass a note. So Dr. Jackie, in her words, I'm sorry, put Black women back 20 years. Just like how Black folks need to boycott Navy Federal for them darn mortgages that we done learned about. Black women need to stand up and tell Dr. Jackie that what she said was inappropriate and unacceptable. So yes, I'm Team Buffy on this.
I mean, I think a lot of people echo the sentiments. I saw a lot of patients come out and talk about issues that they have with Jackie. I think she's going to need to do more than a PR statement. And that's coming from somebody who likes her. When I read the statement, I was like, I don't feel like this went far enough. I think you really need to tackle the topic head on and speak from the heart if you're going to want people to ever embrace you again.
Well, the real tea, in my opinion, is that Dr. Jackie don't really help at this stage in her career. Isn't helping Black women the way that she needs to. The one who is doing it in that arena was Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone was the one who really should have been talking about that, not Dr. Jackie.
Facts.
Now let's have that conversation.
Well, all right.
Because on the show, even on the show, we've seen Dr. Simone work with trans women before. You know what I'm saying? We want to see stuff like that. We don't want to see celebrities over there in your chair all the time.
Thank you. So I'm sorry, and Mims, I like Dr. Heavily too, because I met Dr. Heavily before she went on Married to Medicine, and all of that. So the Dr. Heavily that you all see on TV is definitely Dr. Heavily you see off on real life. So I can say that, but as I was saying, Dr. Jackie set Black women back 20 years with her comments, and that fake apology that she did, and whatever, she can take that and stick with the sun don't damn shine for me. And I'm saying that as a man, because again, in these metro counties, we have more Black women dying every day. We have more Black women and babies dying every day. We have more people who go to Black women who go to these doctors and don't get the treatment that they should, because Black doctors sometimes, let's not talk about other ethnicities, think that these Black women be lying when they be having all of these different issues and challenges and everything. Again, statistics will show that Black women are 45 times more likely to die. And when she's up here making some buffoonery ass statements like that, somebody need to yank her damn license. I said it, and I said it, and I said it again.
All that over a statement?
No, yes, all of that over statement, because she knows better. She's an educated fool, like Mariah said.
Did you want to retort? Whoever said all that over a statement?
I don't want to be disruptive. I always it's my turn.
Wait, I can't tell who's talking. Who is that?
It was me, Too Feisty.
Go ahead and retort. Okay.
No, I was gonna wait until it was my turn to speak, but I think a lot of the
hold on, really quick.
To Jackie is being conflated.
Hold on, Too Feisty. Somebody has me in the background playing so that we can hear it. Okay, I think it's gone. Go ahead, Too Feisty.
I think a lot of the issues that people are speaking on with Jackie's being conflated, and I understand it, because when we're talking about the mortality rates for Black women postpartum, it is a very serious issue. A lot of people have had experiences and personal history with some of these issues. So I understand that a lot of the responses are coming from an emotional place, but I think when we start talking about taking licenses, and I think Jackie is all of a sudden this week becoming the face or the poster child for Black women mortality rates postpartum. And I think that part is unfair. I think there's an extreme learning lesson that needs to be had for her. And I've never been here for the halo effect that Jackie has when it comes to this show, and how everybody perceives her as being like this deity, this godlike presence on Married to Medicine. But I think her record speaks for itself. And unfortunately, because of internet culture, for me personally, after something happens, a scandal, by day 3, I stop believing all the people that come forward, because people just tend to dogpile and make up stories, and we kind of just run with it as if it's facts without any proof. If Jackie was that bad of a doctor, despite her statement, which was wrong, let me clarify, I never agree with her statement. I do think she deserves some of the criticism that she's been getting. But if Jackie was as terrible of a doctor as all of the people who are coming forward now, her malpractice insurance would be through the roof. We would have it on record, and there's no record of all of these things that she's being accused of. So I just want to caution everybody when running with these internet statements given by these so-called former patients. We don't even have proof if they actually were patients of hers. Just a bunch of people saying, I had this experience of her. They could be lying.
You got a point. Now I will say this, that I agree. Maybe me saying taking away her license, but I can tell you this: Black women would be more offended if that was a white female doctor saying what Jackie had said.
I think it's offensive overall, and I agree with you. Like, I want to be clear, I'm not disagreeing with you on that fact. And I had to tell a friend of mine a few days ago, she was like, well, maybe I'm more sensitive to it because I had this experience in childbirth. I don't have any children. I've never experienced pregnancy or childbirth, but it bothers me. I think it should bother all of us. And I was telling her my own personal story of, I'm a former classroom teacher, and someone I knew in high school, we weren't friends, But you see each other around the way, you know of that person, you just don't have any personal interactions with them. Her daughter was in a kindergarten class that I was a literacy teacher for, and she was pregnant. My last year working at that school, she was pregnant with twins, and she died in childbirth. And she had such young, like I said, two newborn twins. I mean, excuse me, a set of newborn twins and a kindergartner, that it hurts me every time I think about the fact that she's not here for her children. So I don't have any experiences with motherhood, but it bothers me that that's a story that's so common for Black women. I think we all should be upset. I think Jackie being called to the carpet is a good thing, because we need to hold these doctors accountable. They do have God complexes, and we need to make sure they're doing their jobs and they actually care for their patients correctly. I just want to make sure we don't take a bunch of internet rumors and destroy a doctor prior to this week with a reputable history on and off television, when Black women are already less than 1% of the medical community. We need Black women in the medical community, but we also have to make sure we hold them accountable.
I agree with that, but here's the thing: Black women still, just like Black men, still suffer from stuff like discrimination, racism, biases, whether internal and external. And what we don't need, and we just don't need. I don't care if it's Dr. Jackie. I don't care if it's a Ben Carson. We don't need our own people also tearing us down from a medical standpoint. Because, and I was reading some of these comments, because see, when Black doctors do this, it gives credence to why some Black women, and even let's go into some Black men, don't go see their doctors, because of how they feel like they're going to be treated, or the perception that they're going to be treated a certain way. And let's think about it. If we're not going to get proper treatment from our own, then what do you think we're going to get if we go to these other ethnic groups?
Well, I'll be goddamn if I go to a doctor and you don't do what I need you to do.
Yes, and it's important to advocate for yourself. You have to. These people don't know you. When you go home, how you feel. They're just running a bunch of tests and things that they learned in medical school. You have to advocate for yourself and how you feel, and you have to make sure the course of treatment it works for you. You're not a test subject.
Yeah, start.
I know it's not my turn, but I just wanted to say something to Too Feisty.
It was your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, this is just one point, but I do want to say I do understand what you're saying partially. However, we can't say that these folks that have come forward statements are untrue about Dr. Jackie. We all know how the internet goes. Some people may have already stated this about Dr. Jackie, but because nobody knows them and there's nothing really being said about Dr. Jackie, people wasn't paying attention. Who knows if when this original clip, because this is not the first time this was out there, right? But it's come back up this time. These same people could have been said this stuff about her. We really don't know.
Yes, I understand that, and I actually want to clarify that that's what I mean. We don't know if it's true or false. We just have to make sure that we don't take something that someone says and run with it like it's facts. Like this whole thing about Dr. Jackie doesn't take Medicaid. I've seen people say yes she does and no she doesn't. I've yet to see anybody offer proof that she doesn't. But it's just been said and repeated as if she don't take Medicaid. She don't care about underprivileged Black women. We don't know that to be true.
Can I very quickly? It's not my turn, but it's what I've been seeing, and I'm not saying anyone up here said it, but just like as I was looking at the comments, as people were telling their stories. Once again, can't prove that it's false, can't prove that it's true, but one thing I feel like we should leave out of the conversations when talking about Dr. Superiority Complex, because I feel like she has a superiority complex.
I do too.
Yeah, like I can't get with it. It rubs me the wrong way. Just the ego in itself. But people talking about her not having children, her never giving birth, and her not being able to have her own children. Throwing that out there as a way to take a dig at her and to feel like, well, how are you going to do this job, or you obviously treat these people bad because you're jealous. I feel like that's not something that should, her not having children, her not having her own biological children, her not carrying a baby, that should not come into play as to talk about her as OBGYN, because there are heterosexual cisgendered men who are OBGYNs who can't get pregnant and who can't, like, they're not able to physically carry a baby themselves, and that weighs nothing on the job that they do.
Okay. I'm gonna jump
And
back.
Can I interject?
a lot of people, just very quickly, a lot of people have been saying, well, she can't be a doctor. Like, how is she going to be a doctor for, women if she's doing this? Or she shouldn't be saying anything about this because she's never had kids. And it's just like, there's a lot of people in this world who practice medicine, or you have pediatricians who don't have children. Are you saying they can't practice, medicine that way? That makes no sense. But I feel like that should be left out of the conversation.
Okay. Can I
Well,
interject for a moment?
Well, let
Ma'am,
me.
I know it's not.
Can I? I just want to wrap up real quick so I can hop
Yeah,
down
go
because I
ahead.
didn't have my turn. But if you want to go, you can. It doesn't matter.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. Whoever was just speaking, I'm sorry. You're not gonna like my point of view. This is what I was originally coming up to say. I'm team Buffy in this situation. However, like Mim stated on his last live when he talked about this, I think she has done other like lives that I've watched of her, and I do think that it's at a point to where she just kind of, hopefully she can forgive one day about what happened to her. However, doctors, yes, there are male doctors, there are female doctors, there are doctors that do not have children. However, I do think with Dr. Jackie, specifically though, there are certain things that she has said. I think also the way that Curtis had treated her when she asked him again about adopting kids, I think that all plays into the way that she could potentially treat patients. We have to call a thing, and we know that sometimes when people are unable to or don't have certain things, they do treat people who can do said thing or have certain things a certain way. Point blank and period. That's just human nature. And I think Dr. Jackie has displayed some of that behavior on the show, if we just gonna be real about it. And so I do think I think that was Gabor who said, Dr. Simone shows different parts of patients that she assists. It's not just all these celebrities. I think Dr. Jackie, that's probably gonna be the best thing that she can do after this. She needs to show other sides of her. She has this superior complex that's just nasty. And to me, she hides behind Dr. Heavenly to do her nasty work. That's all.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Storm. Hold on, Gabor, that's you. I muted you. Storm, you're up.
Hey, Mims, how you doing tonight?
Hi, thanks for being so patient. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're welcome. I just want to jump in. I do have a few points. My first thing with Dr. Jack, first of all, I'm Team Mariah. I'm going to say that because I feel like even though she's not on the show, and she was really shady. Let me just say that I enjoyed the shade in her interview that she did. It was hilarious, but she made some good points, I think.
And I will not come off my chariot and throw tomatoes with you, sweetheart.
She was good TV.
She was. I think it was hilarious. But one of the things that Mariah said to her when she was on the show was that, Jackie, you really can't understand. And a lot of people attacked her for that, saying that she was being shady. I think they took it the wrong way. What she was saying was not that you don't have kids and that's why you're like, she didn't mean it in a derogatory way, I think. I think she meant you don't, even if you adopt a child, you love that child, but until you carry a child in your womb and birth that child, and that's your flesh and blood, you really don't know how hard I'm fighting for this child. And I think that's what she meant. So that was my thing with Jackie. But Jackie took that and ran with it and kind of never really liked Mariah after that. And Jackie has been saying stuff a long time since season 1 that is horrible. Even when her and Heavenly are tight now, they're sisters, so called, right? She told Heavenly, well, you're a dentist, not a doctor, so talk to me when I ask you about an abscess. Nobody
She also
remembers
talked
that?
about her weight.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
that's when
she
she
talked about her
Yeah.
weight too. Yeah, she
that was
said, "Talk
season
to
2,
me
yes.
when I ask you about an abscess." So I mean, Jackie has always been shady.
That was
Every
funny.
time a patient comes in, the first thing she says is about their weight, and a lot of times people know they're big. If they're big, they know they're big. They don't need you beating them over the head with it, especially while they're pregnant. That's not what they need. They need her bedside manner is terrible. I mean, and that's just from what I have seen on the show. She she just doesn't. I'm not gonna say she doesn't care because we can see that she cares, but she doesn't have any couth. I think to what she's saying, she doesn't have any couth about her. And then also, um, the whole no children thing. I've experienced that with doctors and male doctors at that. I have 2 children and I had them 11 months apart, which is, I have Irish twins, so I know that's quick, but my doctor was black and he still treated me as if my pain wasn't real. I spent the majority of my pregnancy in the hospital because he did not want to treat me in the office. I would go to the office and he'd say, "Oh, well, you're fine. Your blood pressure is just a little low." But then when I would go to the hospital, my potassium level would be 2, and like they had to keep me there for weeks, and I had a feeding tube, and it was just all I felt because of negligence. Like he did not believe me when I was telling him, "Hey, I can't keep anything down. I'm in pain." It was just kind of like, "Oh, well, you're young, you're strong." And so a lot of doctors do that, and I think that the reason people are so up in arms about what Jackie said is because, Jackie, you are a black woman
You should
saying
have
this.
said, "I am strong. I'm strong enough to bust you in your face, mama." That's what you should have
Yeah,
said.
that's what I wanted to say, but I was so, I was so sick. It was just I was outraged. And even now, like when I go, for gastro issues, a lot of times the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, well, it'll be all right. Just, take some Metamucilers." And I'm like, you're not really taking it serious, and that's a problem in the Black community. And it's called patient profiling because I also work in the healthcare field. So I hear what they say about, Black people when they come in and they have those complaints and things like that. You hear it because you're working in it. And so you hear people say, "Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with them. They just want to take off from work or they just want some medicine," and
Yep.
things like that. And it's always patient profiling when it comes to Black people because I switched doctors, got an Indian doctor, and was treated great. And it's like, I don't know why Black women do not stand up. She thinks that she's standing up for Black women by advocating and talking to Kamala Harris. But the thing is, you cannot build us up in one breath and then tear us down in the next. And I think what she
Thank
was
you.
trying,
Amen.
yes, what she was trying to say did not come off the way she wanted it to. So
Preach.
yeah, it sounded really bad. I know what she meant, but it sounded really bad. And so she probably should have reeled it in and say, "Hey, because they look at us a certain type of way when we come in, we as Black women, we need to be serious and make sure that we are letting them know that we are serious about our issues and we are serious about this pain and that they need to do something and not be playing." But when she say that we're being dramatic, that's what's sent everybody up in arms. Like if you're a Black woman saying this and a doctor, imagine how your white counterparts feel about it. And that's how we took it, or me. I'll say that. That's how I took it when she said that. It's like, lady, if you think that, how do you think your white coworkers feel about us if you're saying it? So I just think that was a mess. And on behalf of all of our Black sisters, I would like to tell Dr. Jackie to formally kiss our ass because, ma'am, you cannot tell us that we are faking and that we don't need to get off of work. Like, what is the problem? And I love you. I love her, but what is the problem? So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I'm not gonna lie. If you have my personal phone number, this is what pops up when I call you. Good boy.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
It's literally what pops up when when I call somebody, as long as they have an iPhone. Thank you so much for that, Storm, and I'm really sorry that you went through that. It sounds like there are a lot of Black women who have received the same type of treatment, which means that there's a larger conversation to be had. Is there not enough healthcare workers that look like us who?
Well, I don't think it's not enough because we have a lot of Black healthcare workers, at least where I'm from. And to be honest, and I hate to say this as a Black woman, but a lot of times the Black healthcare workers that we have are not there for the right reasons. So if we don't have them on our team, and then we have the other races that are looking at us, in a derogatory way, or looking down at us, where are we supposed to get that help from and that care from?
It says only about 5.7% of physicians in the United States identify as Black or African American, according to the latest data from the Association of American Medical Colleges. This statistic does not reflect the communities they serve, as an estimated 12% of the U.S. population is Black or African American. So we don't have enough Black doctors out there.
Oh, no, not enough Black doctors. I was talking about like nurses, because there are lots of Black nurses where I am, but the doctors, not so much. I do agree with you on that. But if they feel, if they're not in the field for the right reasons and, not providing the care that we need, then where are we supposed to get it from? That's my question. Where can we get it from?
I got you.
Mims, can I say this real quick to what she just said? I think a lot of this, unfortunately, some of this stems from the byproduct that we as African Americans in this country have faced through the byproducts of slavery and racism and Jim Crow and all of this other stuff. Because if a white woman was complaining about her issues, or Asian woman, they're not going to get, and this is documented, they're not going to get the same treatment as a Black woman. Let's call it like it is. They're going to be believed by and perceived and believed by their doctor. So why are our Black women and even our Latino women aren't getting that same treatment?
Okay. I mean, I definitely get you. We also don't receive the same amount of pain management. They feel like we don't feel pain the same way. It's ranting and then Q. So ranting, then Q.
Mims.
What's up?
Dr. Jackie just posted an apology video on Instagram.
I'm actually looking for it right now. But all right for Gabor being my producer today. I'm here for that. You need to be on every live. Okay, here we go. Let me pull it up. I got it here.
And Mims, while you're pulling that up, I just want to say I love y'all. I'm gonna have to drop out. I got some cooking to do. So
yeah, don't get in trouble with your family being up here with us.
Happy holidays.
Have a good one.
Happy holidays to you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
to
Christmas.
you and yours. I'm taking a much needed pause to address comments that I made during a 2020 live interview with one of my castmates. First and most importantly, to Black women and mothers, including your friends, families, and the medical community who cares for you. Because my words left you hurt and feeling unsupported, I want you to know I hear you, I see you, I believe you, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I am brokenhearted over this. The guilt and reality that I have hurt and offended people, especially Black women, and some of my own patients, pains me to my core. As I look back over the 2-hour video again and again, I admit that I used the wrong words and descriptions to properly convey my concerns regarding maternal mortality related to women of color. But the fact is, we must do more because we are still dying more. If I could say it all over again, here's how I'd say it. When experiencing a health matter, keep a log of your concerns and symptoms so that you can provide them accurately to your physician. Have a buddy system, someone who can advocate for you when you're with a physician, especially when pregnant. Know that a second and third opinion is not just sometimes warranted, but necessary. I thank you for taking out time from your holiday to tune into my apology and my self-dedication to Black women and healthcare. I've been shaken and moved to be better. Happy holidays.
Okay, so before I open the floor, because I'm just gonna open the floor to everybody. I feel like she should have done this first. I feel like there should have never been a PR apology that was issued, and I feel like I kind of
This is a PR statement too.
yeah,
This is
but if she would have came out and said this first before it became a cancel Dr. Jackie, I think it might have been more effective.
this is
But
a
Any statement she makes is going to be a PR statement, though,
yeah.
Ransom. She
No,
has to
I'm
make a
no,
PR
I'm
statement.
hold on.
Insincerity. Insincere. Like
Let me let me
you
say
meant what
this.
you said.
This
You meant what
is
you
a
said.
better PR statement. I agree this one should have came first. However, when she goes to get choked up, it's like, ma'am, ain't no tears in sight. Now I would have called tears of manipulation, but she didn't give me not a tear. And I know crazy palm colored YouTubers who, give some tears now. She didn't get no tears. But this was a better one. This probably should have
Mm.
been first because there are things in this statement that are true. And not just if you're pregnant, just in general, if you're going to see a doctor and you feel like that doctor is not doing the best and I need to advocate for myself, keep a log of all your symptoms, how you feel from
Oh
day
my
to
God,
day,
that was a problem.
and make sure you have someone to advocate for you, have
Across the
multiple
board,
people to
yes.
advocate for you across the board. Because sometimes they feel like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I got about 2 or 3 people who say I do, so go and fix this. I
Ransom,
like
you
how
know my
Latrice.
situation. You know my
I think that
situation. The avocation part, guys, I hope you all really listen to that. That's very important.
Yeah.
You never know when you or your loved one will find themselves in a situation where they cannot speak for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And you know my situation. I've had to learn about all of this stuff. Just in general, my aunt got sick back in it started at the top of the year last year, but by Memorial Day, it had gotten just absolute worse to where she had to go to the hospital. And I had to learn different medications. And, since I'm here with her most of the time, well, this is what happened. So now I have to keep a log of everything that has happened that has led us to we're going to all these appointments. And thus, I have to advocate for her in some ways. It's true. You got to keep a log of this stuff, not just for you, but your people as well.
No, I agree. When I was caregiving, everything, the medicine, everything was written down to the T. We have some super chats. I'm sorry I didn't see, and then Q's gonna be Q. You're up. Tom Fuller said Quad would still be gone even if she had done good. Do not see it for Quad. Thank you, Tom Foolery. C Fuzz Love, thank you so much for the super sticker. Baby Girl 1981. In my opinion, Dr. Jackie is very cold. She may resent other black women for being able to have children. Wow.
Mm.
And she could not. Somewhere deep inside, it gets to her. She needs to come on Alive and speak. So I'm not upset about her doing a live. I think if she would have done a live and pulled her castmates and she could have talked, it probably would have been better than this statement. Like sometimes I think that, people can be kind of antiquated with their thoughts. Like, okay, I'll just release a statement with my PR team. That doesn't work now. Or I'll just come on and I'll release a video. It's still lacking something. So a live might have been good. That's a good idea. Satra, thank you so much for the super chat. Everyone gets government funds to upscale black freedmen must demand Congress to pass laws to get our reparations, reestablish Reconstruction in the Freedmen Bureau. We have to vote in officials that will pass laws for our agenda. I absolutely agree with you, Satra. Nacho Twins Mama, want to test your doctor won't run. Ask them to note their denial in your medical record and get the printout. Watch how quickly they do it. All right. I don't know if y'all needed to hear that or if you guys have tried that, but I needed to hear that. So I'm definitely going to write this down. Ask them to note their denial in your medical record and get the printout. Okay. Because, yeah, I have had some tests recently. They wanted to deny my A1C test, and that's like $500 with insurance. But I still needed to get the test, so I had to do it. People were saying she can't judge people's pain levels if she hasn't given birth. I haven't given birth, so I don't know.
That's horrible.
That's an inflamed statement, and
That's
it's
not
just
true.
not true.
Horrible.
It's
Yeah,
just
that's
not
not true. That's not fair.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying earlier. Like I'm the backlash is warranted, and I don't have a problem with it. We need to hold all of them accountable, not just Dr. Jackie. But when we say things like that, one, it's not rooted in facts, and two, it's just not true, guys.
Well,
You
hold
don't
on,
have to you
on.
don't have to have children to be a good teacher. You don't have to have children to be a good OB. It's not true.
Hold on 1 second. Again, I'm not a woman. I've never given birth, but then if that were the case, then there should be no male OBGYNs.
Correct. You
And
don't have to have birth pain.
first was the first OBGYN? But I think they said the first OBGYN was a horrible person, though, because he was
and he experimented on slaves,
on black women specifically. But anyway, I think that Dr. Jackie is kind of now becoming the poster child, and I don't know her tenured career. I don't know if one statement means that you can't be a doctor. You know what I mean? Like,
Can I say one thing?
Hold on, no. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get to these super chats, and then
sorry.
We gotta y'all gotta celebrate 100K. So I did this live for y'all, but your boy will be somewhere with some Casamigos. So
come on for the 100K. Yes, like, me and Mariah. Yes.
Congratulations again. We went up for you in the group chat this morning.
Congratulations.
There's a group chat?
We have a group chat with
we have
our
a group chat, and we talk about your videos often. So we were very excited that you hit your 100K this morning.
We sure was.
Y'all been reading me,
it's
though,
well deserved.
too? Y'all read me too?
No,
not
that's
really.
A lie, Rand. No. And I'm okay with y'all reading me.
We be sweet like Rose.
Okay. Brittany, but thank you so much for the super chat, Voodoo Doll TV. Brittany 12 says, I was one of those individuals that said that. However, it wasn't a dig on my part. It's easier to dismiss symptoms when you haven't been through that. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fair. I can't, from a vantage point of somebody who's not a doctor, I can't tell a woman how to feel. You know what I mean? I haven't been there. I don't know what it is like to have a baby. I can't pronounce your name, but I hope I get it at least close. Aceto, Acido. I hope y'all know I butcher names. My apologies. Chalk it up to my head, not my heart. Same thing in France with us black women in hospitals. Oh, so you guys don't get the same care of service.
They disrespect us all over the
a
world.
global issue.
Wow, I'm sorry. Chandra, and thank you for the super chat. Sandra Marie says, Bravo made her do this. Let's be real. That is probably true. Bravo and her pocketbook, because they were talking about canceling her. People were not going to be going to see her. Miss Cookie Ray, she should have added, and I should never have suggested that pregnant African women are dramatic and cry wolf.
Amen.
That would have been really good for her.
And making us seem like they lazy because they don't want to go to work. That's what I think that she should address. I think that Dr. Simone, she did a good statement for her, but I think that she should have addressed more of the pain, lying about pain, and trying not to go to work.
Definitely.
That shouldn't have been an example that she was trying to make. That was a poor example.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm forgiven. I knew I didn't pronounce it right. Thank you for that. Okay. So we got Ranton Q.
I didn't go. I was just talking about Miss Girl and her.
Ranton, you went off.
How did I go off?
You went off because I pulled this up while you was talking.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
But okay. I digress. Jump in, and then Q jump in.
Okay.
But can you make this one kind of brief though? Because I can't.
Oh yeah, this is not about Dr. Superiority Complex. This is about the Quad deserves what this is Quad's karma because she pushed Mariah off the show. Let's be clear. I've never known another employee to push another employee off a show. That's what they are. They're all employees of Bravo. They don't have no power. They don't have no deed. They don't have nothing over there but a TV show and a check that can be canceled at any time if Bravo wanted to do it. At the end of the day, Quad told the people, if you invite her to something, don't invite me. That's what she said. Mariah still would have been on the show even if those women iced her out, because she was good TV. However, Mariah, Bravo, NBC Universal, and the production company got into a legal battle. And when it came down to it, you can go. You suing us, we going through all of this, you can go. We don't need you. And they dismissed her. Now, those other women participated in icing Mariah out because Mariah was doing Facebook Lives and talking real greasy about them. Real greasy. And as Too Feisty has pointed out to me in our own conversations, those Facebook Lives are still very much up on Facebook and YouTube.
They used to talk real greasy in them lives.
It wasn't like they would have allowed Quad to be treated however she was going to be treated when it came down to Mariah, and they wouldn't have cared if she didn't want to be at the events if Mariah was there. The only issue is Mariah started talking about them, and that became a problem. Because how dare you, especially for the doctors, as they love to say, MRSMD, how dare you talk to us this way?
Mm.
And how dare you, because once again, at the end of the day, Mariah was more valuable to the show because why? She created the show. And at a certain point, the executive producer's title became a vanity title, but she was very much an executive producer. How dare you hold over our heads that you created the show and that you're an EVP? She had, she really did have more than them when it came to, I created the show. I had a hand in getting y'all on the show, and I'm an executive producer. And she still gets, every time they do a spinoff of this show, she still gets her creator. She still gets that creator badge for that. Mariah, once again, this is not Quad's karma. When it comes down to it, Mariah still would have been on this show for the people in the back had it not been for the legal battle she got into with NBC Universal, Bravo, and the producers. Because once again, all of them was employees. Another employee can't fire another employee. And that's it.
Now, Mims, you know you wrong for that pick.
This picture is so upsetting to me.
Mims, this ain't right. I'm going to find them lawyers Mariah used because this is hurting me and my homegirls.
What's not right?
This avatar you got.
Oh,
yes,
sorry.
avatar.
Sorry. I had some people who wanted to come say hi. Okay,
hi.
Come on, Khalees. Say
Hey. Come on for Christmas.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, happy
They got their
holidays.
scent to wear on and everything.
Actually, I was just going to get my Casamigos out the car.
Come on,
but then I got so Q, you're up. I'm sorry. I got to
go precious.
Say bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And happy Halloween.
Merry Christmas. Leave Santa some cookies.
They're not leaving you no cookies. Gabor is all about crumble. So okay, you're up.
Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are the kids out the room?
No, I'm about to take them downstairs.
First of all,
that was a whoopee cushion. Show them. Hold on. Show them. That was a whoopee cushion. That was not anybody over here.
I think that
sorry, really quick. Can I say something for the people in the chat? They're saying, didn't she sue after she left? I don't know if it was yes, it was her suing after she left. But once again, they still would have eventually brought her back. Now it's like, we'll probably never see her. But once again, another employee can't fire another employee. And I'm sorry, Q, for cutting you off.
Yeah. Y'all done made Groot cry. Groot is Jackie. Y'all done made that woman get up there and cry, read off a teleprompter. I don't feel bad for Jackie. First of all, I don't like Jackie. I've never liked Jackie from episode 1. Up until this episode. So I just never seen it for Jackie. I don't give a damn what Jackie do, what she say. I just never seen it for her. First of all, Jackie don't eat. That's a problem for me. Second of all, Jackie, where's Curtis at? Is he still walking around the airport with that girl? Where's Curtis at? Is what I want to know. We ain't see Curtis back on TV yet. I think Buffy is a fan of the show. Buffy got so much to say now, but when she was sitting up there across from Jackie and Jackie shut her down, she had nothing to say. Before 5 years later, she'd have found her voice. Goodbye, give it to somebody else. We don't give a damn. I think Jackie statements are ignorant, but she was also sitting up there with Buddy. So Buddy gets Jackie hyped up, and it is what it is. I think this should be Jackie last season. She brings absolutely nothing to the show. I didn't care about Curtis cheating on her. I don't care about Curtis still cheating on her. She can come up with that lie all she wants that he down in the DR. But Jackie is a waste of space, a waste of money, and I just think that she's a waste of time. It's just simple as that. Jackie can go, and that's all I got.
I'm sure Q burned my channel down, but that's okay. I think the next person was Tracy.
Yes. Hey, everybody, and congrats, Mims.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just wanted to say initially what I was gonna say before she made that video was I didn't like the grouping. I didn't like how she specifically grouped Black women. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. That made me feel some type of way. Far as her apology, initially I did say if she would have just said, I'm sorry and apologize, then it would have been a better outcome. I know for me, I would have been like, okay, and I understand people make mistakes, but coming from a person who was told that their child wasn't going to make it, and I didn't find out until I had my child that my child had complications after having ultrasounds, going to the doctor, not spotting no problems, and then my child come out with all these complications. For me as a mom, that kind of brought me back to that place where it was just like, I knew something was wrong. I was told that I would be okay and everything would be fine. And I'm getting ultrasounds and I'm going to the doctors and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And my daughter was 40. I was 40 weeks pregnant when I had her. And to have her come out of me and be told, oh, she got to be rushed to the NICU because they don't know if she's going to make it. And I'm looking like, this is my first child. I don't know what, I'm drugged up, so I don't really know what's going on. And then when I finally come to and realize what really was going on, I'm like, y'all didn't see this before? I told y'all I wasn't feeling right. That was my first pregnancy, but I just knew my body wasn't feeling right. I knew it. So for me, having to deal with those different type of trials and tribulations coming from a doctor that's supposed to be able to warn a person, for her to be so insensitive with the things that she said, even if it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't care. I just felt some type of way about it because she grouped us in a box. That was my whole thing. Her apology,
it triggered you. It took you back to
it
that.
really did. It really did. Yeah, it really did. I mean, now my daughter's 17, she's fine, but it really did bring me back. Yeah.
We get it. Even when I said I'm not a fan of Buffy, but when we talked about her aunt passing away the way she did, I said that comment triggered her, and people were still mad.
Yeah. Like I went like screw Jackie. What made it worse for me was all the cast members coming out trying to be on her side. I just didn't like. I just wish they would have just shut up. Like ain't nobody asked Toya to say nothing. Ain't nobody asked nobody to say anything. For me, they made it worse for Jackie. In my view, because it's like, girl, we only wanted an apology. That was it. That PR statement meant nothing because she never apologized. She just kind of like, well, oh, my bad. She ain't never say sorry. And then this video here, like Ranton said, I ain't seen no tear. I mean, it was better than what the first one was. But if she would have did that initially, I think people would have had a little more felt a little bit more better when it comes to it. But I mean, I'm fine with it now. I mean, I don't care one way or the other when it comes to Jackie because I'm not really a fan of hers, to be honest. And it ain't like I follow her, so it don't matter to me one way or the other. It's just I didn't like the grouping thing. Just say people that's pregnant, if that's the case, come in and lie. That's one thing. But don't group us all in one box like we just overly dramatic all the time. Because like I said, when you feeling some type of way, you know something ain't right, and you trying to explain to them, and they look and telling you like, "Oh, it's fine. We just did an ultrasound. Everything is fine." And then you have the baby, and it's like, "I told y'all something was wrong," and you have to deal with that. That can really, trigger you when you hear someone make statements like that. So that's pretty much all I had to say. Good night, you guys. Happy holidays. I'm gonna drop down in the comments, ma'am.
Before you go, I think that
Yes.
we all echo the same sentiment. We're so sorry that you went through that, and we can understand how that would trigger you.
Thank you. Thank you. See you guys later. Good night.
Have a good one. Gabor, you're up.
I don't really got nothing else to say.
Okay. Just say you like Casamigo.
Oh, well, no, I was Team Buffy. I thought Jackie was dead wrong. And I think that Simone wrote a good script for her. I don't think that Jackie wrote that script. I believe that they probably begged her to get on there and she lost her pride. That's why she was trying to muster up some fake tears. Because she didn't even want to apologize to Buffy. She did. No, I'm serious. I really don't think that she really didn't want to apologize to Buffy. So it's hard for me to believe. Kamala must have called in and told her apologize or something. I just don't believe that she would have apologized. She didn't apologize in her statement, the written statement that she made.
I definitely don't think she wanted to apologize to Buffy. And when we had like the full picture of the moment that she said Buffy was infertile, she literally had gone to each girl and talked about a way that she felt connected to them. That still in no way gives her the right to tell Buffy's story.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So just on general principle, there should have been, I'm sorry, you're not my patient. Whether you talked about it on the show or talked about it with the other women, just because I feel like that gives us some sense of camaraderie does not mean that you do. And that's the point that was missing. I don't think that Jackie...
And I can deal with the way that I'm dealing with it my way, and you can do the way that you want to do it. Just because you want to be an advocate and put everybody out there, that doesn't mean that Buffy wants to.
Yeah, I don't think that Jackie was trying to be malicious, but I think that I'm talking about when she initially said what she said to Buffy. I don't think she was trying to be malicious, but that's when you have to kind of like put on your big girl panties and say, oh, she did not receive this in a way that made her feel like we were connected in some way. I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure to make it right. And I think she did not do that for the rest of the season. I think that it felt to me like she was upset for even being called out because she did not see her wrongdoing in it. You know what I mean? Like if somebody doesn't feel they're being malicious and you tell them, I feel like you are, then all of a sudden, now I got a wall up. Well, you can't be the person to have the wall up when you offended the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that in Jackie just from the way that she moves on the show. I do feel like she feels like she commands a certain amount of respect because she doesn't necessarily disrespect people. Like they go back and forth. But at the time of what you did to Buffy, that disrespected her and you have to acknowledge it. And it just didn't happen. It fell flat. But I think TUO, thank you for being so patient. And then TJ is going to close us out.
No problem. Hi,
I
everyone.
didn't get my chance.
Wait, who's that? Who's that?
Me too feisty.
Too feisty? I thought.
No, I was just rebutting something, but I never really came to say what I said.
Okay, well, we're gonna let TUO go, and then Too Feisty, and then TJ will close us out.
Thank you.
Sorry, Too Feisty.
Hi, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I really enjoyed everyone's perspective and commentary. I just wanted to give my point of view on the situation. So I wanted to know, why are we so up in arms about a comment that was made 3 years ago? It's not like it happened this season. She's been on each season since then. I didn't even hear about this until recently. I personally don't feel like her comment was completely inaccurate, because what she said was that people women will complain throughout the pregnancy.
Black
when
women.
Okay, black women, because she's black herself, and most likely her patients are majority black, but that's besides the point. That they will make excuses throughout their pregnancy to get out of work. And I'm like, I've heard of people doing stuff like that. I've never personally done something like that because I took my pregnancy seriously, and if anything did happen, they would know I wasn't playing. I do appreciate her clearing up the fact that getting a second opinion. You don't just go off of what I say, or if I'm not taking you serious, you scream an alarm to get the advocacy that you need. But I don't understand why we trying to cancel Jackie because of a comment from 3 years ago. I just don't get that. She didn't say that the black women were lying about pain. I just want us to not conflate her comments. She said that women were making excuses or lying throughout their pregnancy about trying to get out of work. She didn't say, and I felt like a lot of people's comment was based off during during labor, that they were not being taken serious. She was saying up until that point, you want to be serious about your pregnancy. So when something's during labor comes up, that your doctor will take you seriously. Now, I just want to briefly touch on something that's beside the topic because I heard about it when I jumped on the whole Toya and Quad situation. As you can see, I am Team Toya. Quad definitely came for Toya. She was, even this season, she said she didn't give a damn about her having a relationship with Toya, but came on her trip and tried to eat some humble pie and still got kicked off the damn trip. So I'm here for Toya. I'm glad that Quad's gone. She needs to take a moment and eat some of that humble pie and then come back.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, and congratulations on your 100,000.
Really, really quickly, just a quick retort. You said you don't understand why it's something from 3 years ago is trying to get could get someone canceled today. I think we live in a day and age where if you look at Simone Biles' husband situation, they went back to his old tweets about the Olympics. Anything that you say can and will be brought back up. So that's just kind of the way things go. If you might almost have to be kind of savvy about what you say if you are on a television show for 10 years. You know what I mean? Additionally, to whom much respect is given, much is expected. So Dr. Jackie, I would think, is probably the most respected person on that show outside of maybe Simone. But Dr. Jackie is more nice, nasty, and doesn't like get into the fray as much, or she does it without actually showing it. I do think that there is some culpability there. You're talking to the president or the vice president about this issue. Maybe you made a misstatement. That's where you come out and say, that's not really what I meant. Or, I can understand. I think that she should have said something more other than her
She's
PR.
respected by who? By the audience?
Oh, I love Dr. Jackie.
I like Dr. Jackie too, right? But
that
most of the people on your on the panel said that they don't even give a damn about Jackie.
She's respected by Brock. Well,
so who really respect Dr. Jackie? She is the most classiest one on the platform, right?
It's subjective. People were upset with me because I agree with Buffy, but I said I didn't like her. People are going to be fickle, and on this channel, I allow them to be. I like it. You can come for me all the time as long as you do it respectfully, and I prefer people have a difference of opinion. Me and Q fight all the time, whether it's his channel, my channel, Gabor's channel.
My viewpoint with that 3-year comment is that if I was Jackie, this is just me, and you could say, well, then you wouldn't have a check, you wouldn't have a business, but I wouldn't apologize about anything. That was 3 years ago, and I'm not gonna sit up there and rehash something. If you were mad about it then, you should have said something then. And I get that that's a platform, they're on television, and I feel like it's some hating going on because she was. She had a meeting with Kamala Harris. Like all of a sudden, there's an issue, but she's still been a doctor this whole time. She still had patients. She had the brat. Nobody was mad about her having the brat on her table. They didn't say nothing then, and she was eating In and Out and all this stuff. Like, I don't understand the outrage and why she would be canceled. I would like to see Jackie continue on the show. She gives a different perspective. Like I said, she's the most classiest one. Oh, the other thing I wanted to bring up is the fact that they had what's his name, that pastor during
Pastor Holy Whore?
no, the one with the jerry curl, the perm.
Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton, right? They had Al Sharpton on there, and who was presenting Al Sharpton?
Hold on, that link is for Rodney. Sorry.
It was Heavenly, right?
Heavenly and Damon.
And Heavenly is the most ghettoest one. I'm like, representation. We can't sit up there and have a certain type of requirement for one person and a different for another. I feel like she said something that may have been somewhat inaccurate. I wouldn't say completely inaccurate, but we can't cancel her for that. And I support Jackie. That's what I wanted to just sum it up. I support her.
Okay. I mean, and that's fair. I think difference of opinion is definitely the spice of life. So thank you guys for coming up. Guys, we can't stay here all night. So I'm going to, Bryn, I'm going to drop you down. Thank you for coming up, ranting. Too feisty. I'm going to keep you up because you said you had another comment. But thank you guys for coming up. The ones that I am dropping down. It's just the studio's full. We cannot go all night. I dropped the link for Rodney. So guys, I can't the studio is filling up quick.
I appreciate the time, Mims. I'll be very brief. Well, first of all, again, congratulations on your 100K. I tell people all the time, you are one of the hardest working people on YouTube. You and Scotty, like, your guys' work ethic is unmatched. So it's always great to see when the rewards match the work ethic. So congratulations again.
I appreciate it.
I just briefly.
Q also is a content creator. Gabor, Obi has a channel. Do you have a channel too, Feisty?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think Buffy is a broken clock. I don't care for Buffy because I've seen Buffy lie. Buffy is also the person that says she knows for a fact Candace from RHOP is sending her anonymous emails of pamphlets to fertility clinics. Buffy is one of those people that conflates issues.
Buffy was also on All About the Tea.
I think Buffy's biggest problem is that there wasn't the amount of backlash for what Jackie did to when it came to the whole commentary about her fertility, and Jackie was dead wrong for that. But I think she thought people should be more upset with Jackie, and the apology at the reunion kind of wiped the slate clean for Jackie, and she's been very bitter about that part. I just think that she wished people were more upset. We've seen, I'll speak for myself. Buffy has lied several times on her what happened on the show and the fact that she's not on the show anymore. So I take everything Buffy says with a grain of salt. In terms of Dr. Jackie, I think again, moving forward, I want us to hold all doctors accountable. We have a medical system that is built on racism across the board, no matter what the race or the ethnic background is of these doctors. They are learning within a system that is built on white supremacy. So they all are misunderstanding. And another thing to take into consideration as well, people with personality types who are prone to math and science tend to be cold. They don't necessarily have an easy emotional connection to other humans. So when we read this commentary about her bedside manner, it's very much possible that she's a great doctor in terms of treating patients, but she just doesn't interact well with other people. That's something that's common across the board for doctors, not just Dr. Jackie. She, again, hold these doctors accountable, advocate for yourself, make sure that you are receiving the correct treatment. You get your second, third, however many opinions necessary when you do not feel well. And again, let's continue the conversation because we have never had this much conversation publicly about the mortality rates of Black women postpartum. This is a very important conversation because this is a global issue. It's not just an American issue within our healthcare system.
All right.
That's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate you too, Feisty. I think TJ's up, then Obi, Kenneth, and Rodney jump in whenever. Guys, but please keep it brief because now we're heading into the 2-hour mark.
Okay. Hey, Mims,
Hey,
congratulations.
thank you so much.
Congratulations. I know you're going to hit 1 million soon. So I'm just here
Oh,
for the ride.
from your mouth to God's ears. Okay.
Yes, yes. Actually, I think that a lot of people are missing a bigger picture, and this is about classism and perception. Okay. Dr. Jackie to me is more guilty of being very classist, right? And she looks at certain patients like working class. They may make good money, but these women have to work. As oh, you're just being lazy. I think it's generational. You know, she's I'm from a generation where everybody just soldiered through, didn't talk about things, protected the men at all costs. You know, she still has that mentality. It doesn't make her a bad doctor. It's just a part of who she is. And that conversation she had, that was more of an opinion and an attitude that should have been left at the kitchen table. I think that's something that she should have never put out, but canceling Dr. Jackie
Dr. Jackie cut her mic.
sorry. That's not an option. Canceling Dr. Jackie is not a good thing. I think she should get raked over the coals for her attitude about working class or middle class black people. You know, she's one of those people who are the enemy within and she doesn't even know it. She needs to learn some things, some lessons. That's why I know she looked down on Quad and Mariah and Toya. She looks down on them. She looks down on them. That's just who she is. You know, she's bougie. Nobody's more bougie than bougie black people. No one. Okay, so I think it's more about that than
What about a
anything.
Karen?
You're worse than the Karen because she's so, and I think she's a good person. I do. I don't think she means has any ill intent. I just don't think she's willing to change or acknowledge when she's wrong because she's always done everything right. Um, so no, I don't think canceling her is an option. We cancel too many of our own people, and we don't evolve. We don't learn. You know, we can't cancel everybody. We just can't do it. We just can't. As far as Quad, I don't know if I can do this. There's another channel I listen to. She's very small, but she did a really nice breakdown of the whole Quad, Mariah, Jackie, Simone, and she came up with the conclusion that Simone is the biggest villain behind this whole thing. So, and she talked about this subject about the elitism and classism. And no, I don't feel bad for Jackie. She needs it. She gets what she gets. Good for her. You know, I'm sorry. And
So
as far as her
Simone is the
not,
problem.
and she can be. Everyone can have pain, and you can tell someone, you know, that I don't know what childbirth is, but it's still pain. It's not the same as anything else. It's not the same, but it is pain. The lack of empathy with Jackie, that worries me. She's not empathetic because if I go to the doctor 25 times and I'm working, something is going on in my life. Okay, so she may need to have a little bit more of a heart instead of looking at days off of work and things. I mean, come on, that's not even relevant. This person is pregnant. You know, it's very insensitive, but canceling her, not really an option. No, I think they need to cancel Heavenly for a season, but no, not Dr. Jackie.
All right. Well, thank you so much, TJ. Miss Boss Lady, you worked for Dr. Jackie? She says she's not. I was a part of hers. She's very dismissive. I left her practice due to the same complaints. Did you work for her or were you like a patient? Tell us in the comments. I will definitely pull you up. Miss Kiki says, recently I had to advocate for myself during a doctor's visit. The doctor disregarded me about treatment until I presented him with a medical peer review to back up the treatment plan. You're the second person to say this. So, guys, go ahead and take note or take a mental note. You might have to advocate for yourself because even though you're paying these doctors, some of them really just don't care. Like you're a number. I'm having that same issue with one of my doctors right now. Thank you, Miss Kiki. Negla says Helen Octavia Dickinson, MD 1945, first board certified OBGYN. Mariah still gets paid through EP credits to this day. By the way, I like Buffy. Now, Negla, I like you, even though you like Buffy. Thank you so much for the super chat. LY says, big congrats. I don't like any of those low vibrational women. My family experienced medical racism. Mariah is the queen. This is her show. Thank you, LY. Natural Twins Mama. Today, Jackie is trying to be the face of championing the Black women childbirth mortality rate issue in the U.S. She's told us where she stands. Yikes. Thank you, Nacho Twins. Exactly. I like your name. Thank you so much for joining the membership. Akusa, I hope I pronounced that right. As a person with a master's in computer science and a PhD in mathematics, I debunk the stereotype that we lack empathy or emotional connection. Yeah, I don't think that that's the case at all. Thank you so much. And Naughty Love Movement, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. So it was, I think you're up, Obi, and then it's Kenneth.
Can you
Sweet.
hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So the reason why I wanted to call in right now is because of the last live we had. Because I know I made some comments that got a lot of people talking about something, but
Mhm.
I actually wanted to come to actually even still stand on my comments and actually just be sure that I was making myself clear. And I think there's something that's happening here where there is like a gap that is not being bridged. Because if you ask me who has been in Jackie's position, well, I'll give you guys my credentials, but I won't tell you my name. Okay. So I'm basically an infectious disease attending. So I did my residency in internal medicine, and then I went on to do a fellowship in infectious diseases. So I practice as an infectious disease attending, but I still have experience with primary care and hospitalist medicine. So a lot of most of the conversation that is happening like right now, I'm kind of very familiar with. So what I think Jackie did wrong is she didn't bridge the gap of where you as the general public and you as the patient trying to see things in her own view. And I think that's kind of where some of this information is being lost because what she's saying is actually not false, like I said. I don't think there's any clinician you meet anywhere who has ever been in primary care or in hospitalist medicine or has been involved with care of a lot of patients that will tell you that they have not recognized some particular trends with some of their patients, or they're not able to like recognize it or see it, having been in that position with that wealth of experience. Dr. Jackie is an OB-GYN whose population is mostly black, black, black females, pregnant females. This is the population that she deals with, and I'm sure in her practice over the years of seeing as many people as she has seen, she has probably been able to recognize even some of these trends in some of these patients. So I actually do believe her when she says some people are dramatic. The only part I don't agree with is when she specifies about the race, and especially because of that population, because of how delicate it is. But that's still not to say that it's false or it doesn't ever happen. I think that's where there's a disconnect. Like, and the problem with this is that the only people that will be able to say something about this or that will be able to like give you an insight on this are people who have been in that position. If you've never been in Dr. Jackie's position, you might not understand this because most of us who are on this forum now, I'm sure we all have genuine intentions. You never ever want to believe that somebody would want to come to the doctor to get a doctor's note or a doctor's visit to get out of work early, or somebody will be trying to be dramatic or be trying to fake a situation. You don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. Personally, I'll never want to be put in that position where a patient presents and I'm actually having some doubts about the patient's complaints. Nobody ever wants, like, no clinician would want to be in that position. At least I know I don't want to be in that position. But that doesn't still negate the fact that people actually still do it and people still try to take advantage of the system. And that's something that you just have to believe because it just happens. And it happens. There's facts behind it. I mean, I could give you some articles, to go over it to see that there's some evidence behind this and people actually
Oh,
do this.
Obi, I don't think that anybody is saying that they don't believe that it happens. I think it's the optics of it. You are the
Exactly.
person who was talking to Kamala Harris about the mortality death rate specifically in black women, and they can pull a soundbite from you where it's kind of like
Let's go through the sound bites. In that sound bite, what she said was sometimes we as African American women could be dramatic or tend to be dramatic. And she's basically saying, don't do this, right? It was cautionary. It wasn't like she was implicating, she wasn't saying all Black American women are dramatic and nobody should believe Black American women. That's not what I was hearing. I was hearing her trying to caution people who actually engage in this and discourage it. That is what I heard. But I can only speak as a provider. I can only speak as somebody who is being in her shoes. So that's why I feel like there's a gap here that is not being bridged.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like there's a gap that is not being bridged, and it will only come from actual understanding what she's trying to say, being in her position.
I just think it was a misstep. Just when you
I mean, in her shoes, I probably wouldn't have said black.
When you juxtapose,
and I wouldn't
her
have
talking
said
to the vice president about the issue and her standpoint specifically about Black women being, it's not a good look. And I'm pretty sure she has to realize that now.
I understand. Yeah, I mean that's basically in her shoes. Like what's actually happening now. I feel like she's supposed to come out and speak about it and explain exactly what she meant, because I feel like there's a disconnect there that people are missing. But I'm just saying that as a provider, and if you talk to other providers, or if you go through the comments and if you talk to other healthcare providers, they will probably tell you the same thing. But
I'm
I
not,
definitely could see
I'm not
what she's
disagreeing
doing.
with you, Obi. I mean, we can talk therapists who feel like some people try to get out of work. So,
Exactly. So I'm just letting people know that it's a reality that people actually do this. So it's not like what she's saying is completely false.
Yeah,
Nobody
I don't
wants to be
think that
false, but it happens. Yeah.
I don't think that anybody, was trying to say that it doesn't happen. It's just
I mean, in my own experience, it hasn't. I don't deal with pregnant women, black. I mean, my patient population are all sorts of people. So in my own experience, I feel like it happens. I'll tell you that I've actually even noticed some trends even in my own practice, but it's general. Like it's not race specific. It's not gender specific. It's not it's not specific to any ethnicity or gender. Let me just put it that way. Like anybody could do it, but I'm just saying that this is something that happens. People do actually fake. People are dramatic. People want to get out of work early. People want to get doctor's notes for one reason or the other that could be medically justifiable or not. And even we who are in the practice are also taught to recognize some of these trends and should be able to, especially with the opioid crisis and a lot of other things going on. And then just one more point I wanted to make is even in trying to prescribe therapy for a patient, let's say you have like a therapeutic plan that you have for somebody that you've seen.
Wow.
You still have to follow a set of guidelines. Like I can't just do anything I want to do. Like I'm still doing it based on if a patient presents with this particular symptom and this shows on the labs and this shows on the imaging, what is the gold standard? What is the standard of care? So we're still following a set of guidelines.
Obi, nobody is debating the fact that people do scam. Nobody is debating that. The problem
people are, and the reason why I want to say it is I'm seeing people actually debating that fact, and I'm seeing that fact as that's where I feel like that fact is also where some people are kind of losing the point.
No, Obi, it's the optics. And I like Dr. Jackie, and I completely understand that you're coming from the vantage point of a medical professional. However, with that being said, the social climate does not permit somebody who is held at such a high esteem to just point out something that just Black women do. And even though she is a Black woman and she was trying to relate and say, I'm a Black woman, I can be whatever, it's just not a good look. And you as a medical professional, you can probably do your job very well. But for Dr. Jackie, she is a brand. So you can take the medical professional out of it, but you still have to sell yourself for patients, and you still have to sell yourself for Bravo to continue to keep you on this show. So if anybody is thinking that, like a Black woman won't say, hey, I don't want to go to work today, anybody can do anything. I don't think we in this chat are debating that, honest to God. The people might be triggered, but yeah, anybody can scam. We get it. But for Dr. Jackie to say that, it was insensitive. And she pinpointed Black women, but she's also the person talking to Kamala Harris about the female Black mortality rate. So
yeah, she said one thing with Heavenly and then said another thing with Kamala, and it's hard to, we don't even know if she really believes what she was saying to Kamala.
I think what we're missing here is the intent, because I still personally believe that she hasn't said something really out of pocket, and I'm trying to understand why you guys think that way. I'm really trying, like, this is for real. I'm trying to understand for
the
real.
optics. I mean, if you are more of a scientific person, you're thinking A plus B equals C. But I just explained to you that Dr. Jackie, she's not just a doctor who works at a, maybe.
Let me make it simple for you. Just let me know exactly what she said.
You need to make it simple for me?
No,
Mm.
sorry, for me, because there's an answer I
Okay.
want. There's a specific answer I want to hear from you. So that's why. What
Uh-huh.
did you say exactly? What was in her statement now that she said?
She
That
said,
is
"We as Black women, sometimes we can be dramatic."
but that's true.
Wow.
Mm.
No, like if she says what I mean is I don't know.
Obi,
I
it's the
can't say for
overall
myself, but I'm
optics.
saying if she says that this has been her experience and she has seen this in her practice and she's talking to Black women and she's telling Black women not to do this because of the negative outcome that it can potentially accrue in the future, and she's sending a message out to the Black women about this and not to do it.
Obi, it's the optics. I just told you that the A plus B equals C. I mean, A plus B, C. Got it. That's how a scientific mind thinks. But we're now talking media.
Just
And
media.
that's why
What
she
would
did
have been a
not.
better way for her to
Hold
say
on,
it?
Obi. You asked me to explain. I'm
Yes,
trying
sir.
to explain. We're talking media. We're talking her brand. We're talking her business. We're talking her job with Bravo. We're not talking specifically Dr. Jackie having 12,000 births that were successful. We're talking Dr. Jackie, the brand, and the optics were not great. That's the problem that people are having. Just that clean and that simple. And the reason that she came out and actually did her PR statement and then an apology is because she has now recognized that and her team has now recognized that. So
And Kamala.
so you as a medical professional, I completely understand what you're saying because you have a
I
scientific
don't.
mind. But we're talking brand value and we're talking television.
Well,
And
I really hope that you guys understand where I'm coming from. I
I
just want to tell
don't.
you
I don't.
this
Mm.
particular thing she's talking about, this phenomenon she's talking about, is a real phenomenon that I think every clinician actually encounters. I can't even speak to her own population, but I don't see pregnant Black women, so I can't even really speak to that. But if she says that this happens, I can't refute that because that's her experience. If you guys perceived it
okay,
as
Obi.
But why she crying and
hold on.
apologizing now? Then, if that was
If
her
it,
experience.
Y'all, we are
no, I'm
now
saying if you guys perceived it as insensitive, I can see why some people perceive it as insensitive, and that's why I feel like that gap needs to be bridged. And if I was in her shoes, I would probably be doing that sooner than later.
Sound like you're
But
already.
Kenneth,
yeah,
I don't know what happened. You dropped down, but I didn't drop you. Sweet Tooth DTV, you're up, and then Satra is gonna close us out if Kenneth does not come up. But guys, please.
well, so that's it. Yeah, that's basically the point I was trying to make. But I already left some comments
Tried.
on the
Don't
video.
read the comments, Obi.
Yeah, I didn't delete those comments, so I left all those comments there. So if you go through those comments, I think you understand a lot more of what I was trying to say because
Don't
a couple
shade.
of other people had the same thoughts, and I just kind of just compiled it and added my own thoughts too.
Okay.
Yeah, so
It's
hopefully
okay,
that will give
Obi.
some
It's
understanding.
fine.
But
No
that's
worries. Sweet.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you
What
guys?
kind of doctor? What do you do, Obi?
He said infectious. It's like he said infectious disease.
He's internal medicine, I think.
Wouldn't want him to be my doctor.
Give me a cough drop, child.
But hey guys, hey ma'ams, congrats
Hey.
on your
I
100K.
understand
Happy
90%.
holidays to everybody. I will try to be brief. I am also a healthcare worker for over 7 years, but I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you the viewpoint from doctor standpoints that I hear and I experience with working with them. So Dr. Jackie, I believe she should be held accountable because at the end of the day, healthcare workers, especially Black doctors, are basically the mascots of Black medicine. You know, we is not a lot of us, and you just can't go around saying every little thing. Is her experience accurate? Yes, it's accurate to her. Should she have said it? No, absolutely not. Because, like she said, Black women are dying at a morbid high rate. When I thought of what she said, I think of Kim Porter and how she was saying that nobody believed her when she was in pain. And the next thing you know, she's dead. Of course, that goes with a lot of conspiracies, but that's just an example of a huge celebrity that was saying that she's in pain and nobody believed her. And she too was a Black woman. There are several Black women that are crying, saying that they're in pain and nobody believes them. Yes, people, not Black women only, people exaggerate their pain. There are plenty of them that come to the hospital, and unfortunately, they are going off of their own pain and their own issues. Some people haven't experienced pain to know what real pain is, but they want the highest dose of fentanyl, highest dose of oxycodone, and it's not much that we could do but to figure out what exactly is wrong with them. But does that mean we have to go on a platform of thousands of people with a higher platform that you're under the Bravo umbrella to say those things? No, you can't say those things. Certain things you can't say. Same thing like for us as healthcare workers. Certain things we can't say, certain things we can't tweet about because we work under the medical umbrella. So she should be held accountable. Do I think she's sincere about that statement, the last statement? I think she's sincere in the best way as possible, because we all got to remember, like, she's kind of removed from reality, being that she's this high up doctor. So this is the best she can do, guys. I think we should take it or leave it. I don't think her license should be removed. I think she's a good doctor. If she wasn't a good doctor, her medical license would have been removed a long time ago. Just take it or leave it, guys. Happy holidays.
Thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate it. And thanks for being patient.
I think Kim Porter was a bad example because didn't Diddy take her about it?
Rodney's.
That's why I said it came with conspiracy.
Rodney, I dropped the
but
link.
I just thought of her as a celebrity Black woman that was crying for pain.
I know. I'm joking.
Kenneth, and I don't know what happened, Kenneth. You dropped down. Satra. I read your super chat, Satra. Satra?
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
You did? Okay.
Yeah,
I must have stepped away. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I didn't know you read my super chat. I must have stepped away from the phone. Okay, great.
Oh, okay. I mean, did you want to talk about your super chat or Buffy, Dr. Jackie, Quad, any of them?
I think I have a delay, and I just want to talk about the super chat.
Okay.
I think I have a delay or something, and I just want to talk about the super chat real quick and move on.
Okay.
I like your channel, Mims. Congratulations. I like Mr. Q, the content guy. I love your channel. And Mr. Gabor, I love your channel as well. Congratulations on everyone's growth.
Yeah.
And only thing I wanted to say, I didn't want to take it personal to Buffy or Jackie. I want to say what we need to do as Black American freedmen is that we have to vote, and we have to vote in officials that's going to meet our agenda, because everyone gets paid by the government. Elon Musk get welfare. They call it earmarks. Bill Gates get money. Everyone gets money. Illegal immigrants get money. Chicago citizens are fighting today because of that.
Well, somebody's
but only us. I'm sorry, I can't hear you because it's.
No, please continue. I'm sorry. I'm being foolish.
It's a feedback. But anyway, what I was trying to make the point, Black American freedmen who built this country, we don't get universal health care like Europe or Canada or anywhere else, is because of racism against Native Americans and Black American freedmen, not against Latinos or Hispanics or none of that. They're immigrants. And the thing is, they can't get rid of Native Americans and they can't get rid of Black American freedmen because we're not immigrants. So they're always going to oppress us. So what we have to do, we got to put these young, intelligent men like you, Mim, and Q the contact guy, we got to get you all in office.
Not you, Gabor.
To
Don't want me in office.
Put our agenda, put our agendas But well, I'm just saying, young, smart guys
No,
like you all,
I'm
put
playing
you
with.
all in office so we can get our agenda passed. Everyone secure their tribe. Immigrants secure their tribe. Native Americans secure their tribe. White people secure their tribe. We do not secure our tribe. We embrace everybody and try to help everybody. And we never get what we deserve when we try to help everyone. So that's all I want to say is everyone debating Jackie and Buffy, but really get into politics locally, statewide, and federal, because Kamala is going to say black women are having these problems, but look at her. She'll have a Freedman Bank Bureau and give the money to Hispanics and not give it to Black Americans who the bank was created for us. So that's the same thing with this health care. She's going to give it to immigrants, illegal immigrants, legal immigrants, everyone else, and not give that health care to Black women. If she does go to Black women, white people gonna go to court and fight against it, just like white people and Latinos fought against the Black farmers
Oh,
getting their money.
Satra.
Okay, I'm finished.
Mm.
Thank you so much. It's just that I do have to close this out. Thank you so much for all your support though. Satra has been like a day one and I really do appreciate you, even though I joke and play with you a lot. Thank you so much. Rodney, you're up.
Mims, why don't you read my super chat?
Because it was shady and messy.
Oh, okay.
Read it. I didn't see it. Thank you for the super chat, Rodney.
No problem. I've been in the comments so long, I forgot what I was going to say. But so listen to this. This is all I wanted to say, a quick one, too. I don't have an issue with Dr. Jackie. I like Dr. Jackie. I like the fact that she's a stuck-up, bougie, rich Black woman. I don't like Phaedra. So if anybody's worrying about who I don't like on the cast, it's Phaedra Parks, the one who takes money in the parking lot. I just want to make sure that people understand that when we're talking about the clip being 3 or 4 years old, no one really knew that the clip existed. The truth of the matter is, if you go look at, if Heavenly still has it, if I looked at it today, as of today, that video only had 26,000 views, and it was a live video. Girl, that's the amount of views that I get. So I don't know why people would expect that a video from 3 years ago with only 26,000 views people will know about it. So now the reason why people are outraged is because people are just now finding out. I don't think it's fake outrage. I don't think people just woke up one day and said they wanted to be mad. People don't know who Dr. Jackie is. People don't know who Dr. Heavenly is. Now that people know, they're like, oh, this lady is on a Bravo show. So that's all I really wanted to say. Just make sure that when we do talk about why are people just getting upset now, nobody knew about the video. Is it a possibility also that the video only went viral because somebody was upset that Quad and blah blah blah? Yeah, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that Dr. Jackie said what she said. You can remove everybody from the conversation. Dr. Jackie still said what she said. And that's it.
Okay, I mean that's fair. 3 years ago, I don't think Heavenly's channel was moving as fast. Now Heavenly is getting like her and Carlos are getting like 6,000-7,000 people watching them live.
But
do you think
but for that, but if you look at it, that's only because when Dr. Heavenly is talking about marriage and medicine stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean a subject matter expert on the show is definitely gonna draw some attention that way.
Right.
Do you think Jackie will come back over there again and let her hair down with Heavenly?
No, absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Did you think that apology was sincere?
Never, no.
No, she read it from a teleprompter.
I'm asleep on it, and I'll say this much. I don't know. I think it was. Y'all about to eat me
I think
up.
she's hurt. I think that she's hurt, but I don't think.
There we go. I think
That she's hurt. I think she's about to lose money. Is that why she hurt? Because she thinks she's about to lose money.
I think that's part of what I'm
hurt by
trying
the
to say.
backlash. I think that she's hurt by the backlash, but I don't think that she. I think that she has a problem. She has a God complex, and
Yes,
I
she
think that
does.
it was very hard for her to get online and apologize because what she meant to say was what she put in that statement.
Mm-hmm. And she probably don't say nothing different than what doctors say at the kitchen table. The problem is she got down there with Dr. Buddy and said her stuff live, and they found it. Quad spent some money to go find that stuff and call Jackie out.
Oh,
I think
no.
Buffy and Mariah were ready for that. I think they had that as soon as they saw her on that. I think Buffy watches everything that everybody does from Married to Medicine.
Yes, you do. She didn't get back on the show.
She was sitting on ready.
And I do want to say,
you let your foot show. That was your fault, Dr. Jackie. You have to be on guard because you know that anything you say can and will be used against you. So you've been on this 10 years, so you know how that works.
Right. But I do want to say this. You made a good point earlier because I was one of the ones who felt like when Dr. Jackie got herself on stage and said, "You're infertile, Buffy," I was like, "Oh, she didn't mean nothing by it." You know what I'm saying? We've been giving Dr. Jackie passes, but the truth of the matter is that really wasn't her place to tell someone's business and something like that in front of a room full of people. And I think that Dr. Jackie is the way that she is, one, because she's a doctor. And then two, I think that some of us, including myself, have played into that's just Dr. Jackie. She don't mean no harm. But then when you sit back and think about some of the things that Dr. Jackie has said and done on the show, Dr. Jackie's been problematic. Okay?
No.
We just swept it under the rug because
I don't think that she meant it
Jackie.
maliciously, though. I just think that you have to gauge based on who you possibly offended. And if you offended somebody, you have to give them a heartfelt apology.
Right.
We did not mean to offend them does not mean that they weren't offended.
Right. Yeah. But
Rodney called me simple-minded. This was his super chat. Oops. So you're basically simple-minded. That's pretty much what he said. Let me stop being messy.
I mean, he was talking about you. A lot of people was talking to you tonight.
Cool.
No, he's talking.
Somebody else had to what they say, slow it down for you.
Educate them. They had to educate them.
Wow. He said, let me say it simple for you. I said, I know that's right.
Not on your own.
You came back up just to be messy. That's just who you are as a person. And while we're on messy, Q the content guy says, where the white man Buffy is married to go look for him. She's spending too much time on calling out Married to Medicine. They not bringing you back, girl.
They not.
And I also want to say something. And I said I was going to only say 2 lines. let me just say this. I don't remember correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody in the live. Didn't we already know, not to take away from Dr. Jackie telling that lady's business at that party, but didn't we already know that Buffy was having issues having a kid? That's why they had spent so much money on like treatment and stuff.
She told us. I think she was talking to Dr. Simone when she said it. So we had knew about it before they got to that event.
But Buffy tried to act like we didn't know, right?
I think Buffy said that she had not talked about it prior to. And I think she tried to say that Bravo. Now, this is stuff from like a few years back, but I think she tried to say that after it was put out there to the universe, that's when they filmed, I guess, the additional confessionals where she talked about her infertility. But I don't know.
Why does Buffy have so much smoke for her now, but not when she called her out? Because she said quiet.
Because quiet is just kept, from what I heard. Let me stop being messy. Can I say?
When are you not?
From what they said. They said that Mariah told Buffy allegedly that girl when Jackie said what she said at the whatever event that it was, she said, "Oh girl, this is your moment. So basically, this is your time to get in the mess."
And she said quiet.
So I don't know if Buffy was really mad about it, or if it is true that Mariah allegedly told Buffy, "Oh girl, this is your time to shine." But that's what the people were saying.
The streets. Okay.
Like Buffy, you really didn't care.
She even said quiet when Dr. Buddy called her fat.
Okay. Chanel Cabencourt, thank you for the super chat. But Dr. Jesus Jackie Curtis lover is never wrong.
That's what Heavenly thinks. That's what Big Heav always say.
Thank you. Y'all know Dr. Heavenly is my girl, but the truth of the matter, let me shut up.
She be getting her mess wrong. You know, I saw the interview that she did. She be getting her mess wrong. You got to say exactly what you saying. She got too many mess ups to be as messy as she is.
And on top of that, one thing about Dr. Heavenly, y'all know I go for Dr. Heavenly. That's my girl. It's gonna forever be my girl. But Dr. Heavenly repeats a lot of hearsay.
Yes, she do.
And she doesn't know if it's the truth or not. So somebody can come like she said, them little boys. Them little boys can come and tell you something. You think that they're telling you the truth, and then it's like, well, I'm not a liar.
Well, she had it right there. That Quad was going to, she said Kenya, but it was Nigeria. It was something else. But Quad was going to get her money for the
You
season.
should have asked Carlos where they was going to get a man from.
Okay, Short Stack, thank you so much for becoming a member. Akusta, it does not matter if it happens or not. What matters is the Black maternal mortality rates are 3 times higher than any other. People trying to get out of work is irrelevant in the context. Thank you so much. And
that's so true.
It is a bigger conversation that we, unfortunately we're having it in this way, but it is bringing light to an issue that exists. Blessing.
Let me say something done because I don't want to overtake your channel. And Quad is kept. If I came to you and told you that my back hurt and I don't want to go to work and I don't want to stand up at Nordstrom, Dr. Jackie, what they got to do with you?
Right.
What does that have to do with you to write me a doctor's note to get me out of work?
I think that if Buffy and Jackie were friends, I don't think it would have been a bad thing. But the fact that they didn't know each other and you got up in front of people and just said this comment to embarrass this girl, because it's pretty much what you did. Because them having babies is for 2 different reasons, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't think Curtis want a baby with her, but that's just my opinion.
Oh my God. Hold on 2 seconds. Blessing Hot Topics. I'm not able to drop the link because I did not expect to do a 2.5 hour live. But when I do my actual Married to Medicine review, if you tell me you're in the comments, I will drop the link specifically for you. Because I did see that you want. I don't have the time, y'all. But I will do that specifically for you in my review so that you can state your piece. Thank you for the super chat. Kim Baker, thank you so much for the super sticker. Keys Keaton, this is definitely about Dr. Jackie as the doctor. She repeated a stereotype that is already put on us as Black people in the medical industry. Y'all are I can't tell you how to get off Dr. Jackie's neck because how you feel is how you feel. And Dr. Jackie definitely, this was a misstep. So thank you for that, Keys. Tomfoolery. Obi seems like the Tin-Man doctor. Follow rules, no heart. I don't know that Obi's a nice guy.
Oh my God.
So I don't know.
He's like a 1 + 1 = 2 kind of guy. So he's methodical like doctors and chemists and all those people are. He has some insight that I don't have, but hopefully when we dialogued, I kind of saw I kind of got where he was trying to come from, and I hope that he did the same. Satra, thanks, Mims. We can have fun, but we have to give a resolve to our plight. Let's vote and groom our candidates to pass laws for us. Most immigrants can't connect with our history of racism in the USA. I will say that, I'm a big proponent for people voting and people voting in local elections so that they can really impact change in their community. And Willow, can we please bring Rodney, Q, and Gabor back together? Well, considering I wasn't on the list, no. Just playing. Maybe, yeah.
I have a question.
Thank you, Willow.
It's what Buffy was going through. I just think that the word infertile, Jackie can describe herself as infertile because we know her medical history, but can we really say that about Dr. with Buffy? It's still a chance.
Yes and no. I mean, she said she spent a lot of money trying to get pregnant.
But God makes the final decision.
That's true. That's true.
Man, Buffy spent about $2.5 million.
What? Did you just make that number up?
It was a lot. Buffy is a rich Black woman.
So at what point do you just adopt or get a surrogate?
I think her husband doesn't want to adopt.
The husband didn't want to adopt.
Oh, okay.
But guys, we really have to go. So Atra, Paul Mooney said that Black people built the USA. If we want to rest because we are tired, so be it. When I was pregnant, my doctor put me on bed rest. No. Paul Mooney said that Black people built the USA. If we want to rest because we are tired, so be it. When I was pregnant, meaning her doctor did what needed to be done, so she was put on bed rest. Gotcha. Thank you guys, everybody who came up. Thank you everybody who sent super chats, who liked the video. You don't know what it means to me when I woke up and I saw that that 100,000 subscribers. It was humbling. It was surprising. And I appreciate each and every one of you, even the people like Q who reads me all the time. So y'all have a good night.
I would never.
Bye, y'all. We will never do another 2.5 hour live. That's for Gabor's channel.
No, it ain't.
That's for Gabor's channel. Bye, y'all.